You're a bear.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Simps, and also
Be
virgins.
respectful.
And welcome back to Magical Rip and Tear Cave. Also, happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving. How nice of you, you very multicultural lady over there wearing a bear outfit. And welcome back to Krown's Crypto Cave, or the Air Krown Crypto channel, or just that weird portion of the interwebs where we talk about magic, internet, money, business, and we are going to be doing exactly that today, as Bitcoin, once again, doing absolutely fucking nothing in the last 24 hours, more or less just ranging at the lows. But there is actually a few setups, once again, baking, kind of similar to yesterday in the sense that we do have potential opportunity for a bear trap, however, still awaits to be verified in this case. And more importantly, there is, well, a little bit of Thanksgiving surprises I do expect around the corner right here as well. So with that in mind, I do want to wish you the best and the happiest. Before we get into this one right now, I also want to remind you that I put out a new video last night. A new video. No, I always put out new videos, but I put out a new series last night with my good friend, Mr. Jason Pizzino. And we just kind of shat the shit. We shoot the shit. We shoot the shit. We shoot the shit. Yes. We just talked about a bunch of crypto related stuff, both on the YouTuber side, both on the clickbait side, and also a little bit about markets as well. If you're so interested in stuff, that is there for you to watch at your own leisure. And more importantly, we do also have, of course, our sale going on for the Black Friday, going up through the end of the week here. Or sorry, not through the end of the week, but through the end of the month. Of course, I always want to say, hey, whoops, god damn it, I just done goofed right there. My apologies. But if you want to go into the store right there, make sure that if you're interested in any one of these programs, any one of these things, make sure that you actually watch the videos that accompany them, because if you do not, then you will not know who they're for, who they're not for, and it's much more important to us that it's actually a good fit rather than you just FOMOing into a program because, sale and whatnot. For most people, they're not going to be applicable towards, and that's completely fine. Most people actually don't want to do this as a living, nor should they be doing this as a living, because you probably have like a real life, unlike myself, and well, fair enough, man, more power to you. But what I would say is, hey, before committing any sort of serious time and financials to these sorts of things, please do watch those videos, because they will sort of essentially disqualify you, hopefully, if that is appropriate. And then also I would say, hey, at the end of the day, none of these things are magic pills, although I do absolutely love pretty much everything that we have here. I have to say that, of course, these still take, especially with the programs, it takes, about a year to a year and a half to kind of get where you want to be. That is what I've noticed over the past few years here. So please do understand that. And with that in mind, what else do we want to talk about? I think it's time to talk about the Krown Chain application, which we found at app.krownchain.net. It is, by the way, for the price of $0.00 as usual. And what do we see? Bitcoin dominance actually taking a big leg down right there, which is rather interesting, as I do see several of the top alts actually taking their own big legs down. But I suppose it is a bit of a short-term altcoin season, as Bitcoin does essentially hold the lows. And this kind of plays into the narrative that as long as Bitcoin is ranging and just not absolutely shitting the bed or shatting the bed, if that's I don't know what the proper terminology there is. We have to be grammatically correct, of course. But as long as Bitcoin's not doing that, altcoin's having a pretty damn good time with it. And it looks like I probably will be wrong about looking for a macro reversal on the Bitcoin dominance. However, I should probably check on that today, because I'm not necessarily convinced just yet, as we do see a few outliers. It's not necessarily a few outliers, but it's really just a small minority of altcoins that are operating incredibly strong. And I think that is kind of causing a discrepancy right there. We are seeing a maturing market, and I do believe that metric is becoming less and less relatable, actually. Anyway, as far as top 10 best coins on that topic, we see Gala with another 40% almost over the last 24 hours. Sandbox another 23%. Decentraland, Mana up 21%. Fucking powerful, man. Curve, Wax, Basic Attention Token. Most of these we've actually seen on the stream here over the past few days, and they've been looking pretty damn good. And well, still looking pretty damn good, I would say. Anyways, into the market data tab we go, and we got pretty much the same things going on over here as we did in the last since we last spoke, actually. Still, global funding rate is trending down and very, very low. So this does kind of align with the narrative that, hey, Bitcoin's closer to putting in a major low here than it is not. However, is there still a threat of a downside move, perhaps after a little bit of a bouncy bounce? Yes, I do think so. And with that in mind, this is an average. So some people actually are getting paid to hodl their longs on exchanges, as there will be some negative rates along that. And we do see that the global leverage ratio is, more or less pretty much at the all-time high. Did take a slight downturn over the past couple days here, but really nothing to write home about. And of course, the global open interest, just as a raw data number, is, well, is coming down, yes, but ever so slightly. We haven't really seen any major moves here. So most importantly, we're not going to see any major liquidations, as verified by this chart over here, actually representing the liquidations. Now, I do want to call this out over here, as a free and green index actually did have a nice leg up from yesterday to today, as Bitcoin did have, about a $2,000 move off of the lows in just the shallow $55,000 territory. Again, anytime that we get below, especially 30, it's time to probably be looking more or less for a low in line with the other underlying market dynamics, as we were looking at earlier with, the funding rates and whatnot, all the financing and in leverage ratios, but I don't think that we're there just yet. This market is obviously designed to frustrate, and how's the best way to frustrate you? Just don't fucking move. And I see Caretaker over there. What's up, Mr. Caretaker and African Crypto Warlord, my fucking man? Good to see you, fellas. By the way, I was speaking with Evan earlier. Really excited about what we have baking over there. Jack Frost, I see you, brother. And who else do we have? We have a shit ton of people here. Actually, I see that there's already 1,100 people in the Elsa's here. Yeah. She's the bear responsible for all of this nonsense. She's actually and proudly wearing a pink bear costume right now, and I'm not even joking, actually. Anyways, it is actually quite cute. Anyways, yeah, I want to say good morning to all the 1,200 people watching right now. Holy shit, man, you guys are up way too fucking early, or you're up way too late. Whichever way it is, well, welcome to the cave, I do expect. And I also want to say major thank you for the likes on this video as well. I see that we're pretty much at 400 right now. Holy shit, we're above 400. Oh my god, it's trending. There's bullish divergence on the likes. It's going to the moon and beyond. What am I going to do? Another 10. Oh my lord, what is going on right now? It's amazing. Anyways, again, a more heartfelt thank you for that, because I do understand that it's always like a weird thing to say, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe and herp your derp and slap your fucking merp button and all that bullshit. Look, at the end of the day, man, hey, like the video if you want to like the video. It's all good, man. I'm not gonna be mad if you don't, but at the same time, it does rather help the channel. And holy shit, there we go, but 500, what the actual hell? Anyways, I think it's time to go in the price action charts right now, so let's do exactly that. And what do we have going on right here? We're kind of in a tale of two lower term time frames right now, as Bitcoin on the short term time frames, like a 4 hour right here, is actually going to, and I believe, yeah, CME is not trading today, so today is a day off for CME. They'll start back on tomorrow, Friday, for I think a half day, or at least that's how it is in equities. So what do we see over here on 4 hour? Well, we do see that Bitcoin is in a little bit of a precarious place. And what I mean by that is that we actually will have some hidden bearish divergence if Bitcoin essentially does fail to kind of continue up above about 58,500 within the next, I mean, basically certainly by end of day, but probably by half day today. So with that in mind, we very likely do actually see a move outside of the very short-term time frame range, that being above 58,500 or 58.6 if you want to be super exact, or below about 56,000 bucks on a 4 hour closing basis, that is. Now, with that in mind, we still do obviously have lower lows and lower highs. So this is, technically a bearish setup. However, I do suspect, especially on a day like this, you probably do get a little bit of a little bit of that trap move that we've been speaking about. Again, in order to verify a move like this, and it's actually just very fucking simple right here, because we have several points of confluence now, is 58,500 or 58,600, better said, on a 4 hour closure would be the most aggressive way of doing it. Or if you want to be a little more conservative, which I probably would be a little bit more on a day like today, would be back above our 22nd of November spike high, which is 59,500 or so. Above there, yes, we do initiate a short and medium term time frame bear trap with targets back up to about 61,400 to 61,500. Very likely a short term pullback right there. And then I would realistically be looking for extension all the way up to 63, maybe even 64,000 bucks, as that is going to be where the 618 Fibonacci retracement is on a bearish retracement, that is, of course. So still long term for Bitcoin on the daily, of course, we are operating on lower highs. It's been the same story here for the past week and a half now. Nothing's really changed there. So as long as Bitcoin is below, especially 63,500, technically speaking, this that would be a bearish setup, as it would be a lower high, and the downside targets of low $50,000 territory would still be very much applicable. So as long as Bitcoin's below there, it is still, bears are still in control of the daily, of course, and the weekly as well, of which we do have, of course, major bearish divergence that was confirmed coming into this past week. 1, 2, 3 drives come off the high right there. CME had the same thing, a little bit more obvious here actually as well, and more drives there too, which is not great. And that does make me consider that after a bit of a bounce here, it is still the ball is still in the bears court here, but short term the bulls have a chance, obviously. And of course, if Bitcoin were to start to close especially above 64,000 bucks on a daily, well, at that point I don't think that I would actually say that well, we can start to talk about plan B targets yet again, 80,000 plus or whatever he has in his mind over there, which is great. But I wouldn't necessarily put like a time frame on that, because I don't think that it's applicable. But as you can see right here, momentum oscillators are switching into a little bit more of a bullish posture. We do see that 4 hour jewel actually got its first decent signal for in a while right here, coming off of the I guess this was late yesterday, a little bit before I went to bed, but right off these lows right here. It still remains with this upside posturing, and I am looking for volatility to expand. So if we get the next drive with that, supported by volatility, and of course, if the DMI stays green, which I expect that it will right there, as that actually is a pretty decent signal, then I would be looking for at minimum an official test to about 58,500 to 58,600. Then the question is, does Bitcoin close above there or not? If it does, great. Then I would be looking for that next leg up. If it doesn't, well, back onto Goblin Town. Yeah, Goblin Town nowadays is fucking 50,000 bucks. To put some perspective in, this is ridiculous. Again, for anyone who's been here, even more more than just a year. Like a year ago, Bitcoin was below $20,000 for some perspective right here. And to me, you know, Bitcoin's already on the moon. So to be having a crash all the way down into what, like the low $50,000 territory, that is Bitcoin privilege is what it is. We have some Bitcoin privilege going on over here. Jesus Christ, you might not be as rich in like a couple of weeks, but you know what? It's still all well and good. And more importantly, we do see something over here that I haven't really been speaking too much about, although I have been putting some eyes on it over the past couple of weeks here, just because it doesn't update all that often. But this is my PMARP over here. Well, it's not mine. Caretaker made it, but I had a little bit of a hand in creating it as well. However, he's the real brains behind it. So you know what? He deserves full credit. And just for the questions that I know I'm going to get on this one, here are my settings for this. I'm using a PMARP, 20 length VWMA, 100 look back. And on the daily specifically, I have outlined in this green, throughout these green 2 horizontal lines, kind of some major bottoming areas. And then I've marked them off with some vertical blue lines to kind of, you know, make them a little bit more obvious. But basically, anytime that we've gotten into this green territory right here, you know, it's not necessarily been like a full-on macro reversal every time. However, it has been a pretty damn good, you know, at least daily bounce. And as you can see right here, you can verify it yourself with all these vertical lines, right? So the last time we saw in this region was actually coming off the $40,000 test in September. That was our last macro low, just around $40,000. Are we in the same area right now? Yeah, we pretty much got down around there. In fact, if you want to highlight it up, it would be, we were literally right at the one spot. And on this one over here, we were literally right at the one spot as well, actually. Now, you will notice that this did take some time. It did take about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days before it actually busted on through. And this was a bit of a bear trap as well. Very similar setup, actually, where you see this first move up. Okay, beautiful. Rejection comes back down to the lows, puts in a bit of a higher low, and then, well, busts on through. So once we get, if we do get some busting action, how will you verify this on a daily? Well, just want to see back above this first rejective high. Back above there, things start to look a lot better. Again, I would be looking for another $3,000 or so move. And then that's where the real sort of test comes in for the Bitcoin Bulas and Bitcoin Bears. If we do see rejection below 64, especially, probably not going to be too hot over the next, you know, over the following weeks after that. But for right now, I should show you a few more examples on this. The last time that we were actually within this range was way back on over here, of course, in the May dumpola, where Bitcoin did play out that move all the way down from 50,000 or 60,000 bucks essentially to 30,000 bucks. That first bounce up was about 12,000 bucks from 30,000 all the way to 42. Rejection comes back down, and then yes, you know, this takes a long time right here. It does take a long time, but ultimately we do not see any closing, any closures lower than that first wick low right here. It gets fucking close, I'll tell you that. But that was your last. Well, I wouldn't say it's your last, but it was a couple bear traps ago on the macro scale, rather important. Then we have several iterations, very similar to the one that we have right now, where Bitcoin was trudging its way along. Firstly, above 30,000 bucks all the way to 65,000 bucks. All these tests down over here were some pretty phenomenal bounces, you know, and not even bounces. I mean, these were mostly continuation drives, right? Like this one over here doesn't look like much on log scale, but that is a 27% move, and that is, yeah, it's nearly 13,000 bucks right there. Same thing over here. You know, this one is, I mean, to the prior all-time high, about 30% move right there for almost $15,000. Like, not bad. Same thing over here, 44% move for almost $20,000 or 19,000 bucks. And then same thing over here coming out of that last major base that Bitcoin had. You know, where do you kind of measure it towards? Let's say this would be like the easy move. That was 34.5% or about $10,000. So far, have we played out a similar move towards that? Because all of these iterations have worked out pretty damn well, although they do take time. They do fucking take time. And of course, you know, we got down around there actually way back on over here, and that would be the 19th of November. We are almost a week away from that. So over the next week and a half, we probably do look for that to follow through if that is going to actually happen to begin with. So do I think that that's what's happening? Probably yes. But of course, if Bitcoin does break below our current lows on a 4-hour closure below 55,150 on spot price action, then I'm looking for a move towards 52,000 bucks first before any sort of a major bounce. Now, with that in mind, again, you know, how much have we bounced up thus far from our current lows? Well, the current top side of that rally was about 8.5%. That would certainly be an outlier, you might say. Definitely an outlier compared to the past history of those iterations. Now, I want to take this one step further, going over here to our momentum oscillators, and let's just see see if there's anything, well, anything that's going to kind of help out the biases right now. We do see that 6-hour Stokes are actually pointed back up above 56,750. Okay, interesting. 4-hour is also vertical above 56,250. Good. 12-hour is freshly crossing up and actually does have some bullish divergence right there. Oh, they don't really care about it on stochastic momentum oscillator, but above 55,850. And then daily is also freshly up, but needs to close today above 58,250 in order to remain with upside momentum. And the buy daily has actually had a full-on reset now here. Now, this is not a sign of strength coming all the way down here, but when you put it into context of the price action, it ain't all that bad. And by the way, on the buy daily, we actually don't even have a downtrend just yet. We don't even have a lower low just yet. Where is our last low? It's actually all the way back on over here. So not very helpful. That's what you have to wait for in order to confirm a reversal. Yeah, probably not wise. Yeah, I can pin it. Can you post it and then let me know? I see you over there, Sebastian Gwynn. I see you, sir. We'll get to that a little bit later though, man. Got to get through the early morning rigmaroles here. Anyways, I see that. Okay, let me just pin it up. Elsa's she's very militant about this, but that's okay. Anyways, did I miss anything over here? Yes, I did miss something over here. Okay, so Bitcoin will also have a chance to put in daily bullish divergence, regular bullish divergence in this case, if we do see, especially a closure today above 58,500 on a daily. We will have ever so slightly higher lows on daily RSI, rejecting the bearish control zone, and we would have ever so slightly lower lows on price action. But that would be good enough, again, for at minimum a test towards 61,000 to 61,500. Personally speaking, I do think that Bitcoin would do some busting action after that, and for another like $3,000 continuation drive. Then the test comes in, and well, if the test has failed, like I've been saying, legitimate targets down to $50,000 are very, very reasonable, actually. In fact, to be fair, I mean, this is, like if you showed most people this chart, I think it would be a pretty damn easy read saying, hey, okay, you got 1, 2, 3 drives of bearish divergence come off the highs. It's going to bounce around. It's going to take a little bit of time. You're just on your second week right here, but ultimately next closure below, well, is going to be, targeted region of about 51,500 or so, and potential for more over time. I think I've done the old LARP lines right here as a potential scenario if Bitcoin were to get rejected below 64,000 bucks. But for right now, give it a chance, obviously, but it also should be known right on over here for our weekly momentum oscillators that we are hard down below 65,450. So this is kind of like a do or die situation over the next couple of weeks here if Bitcoin's going to get continuation more soon rather than later. However, again, I want to state that even if Bitcoin were to do something like this would still be macro long-term bullish. Bitcoin is macro long-term bullish, especially as long as we remain above the last weekly higher low, which is 44,000 bucks. You can see that the 55 is actually starting to kind of drive in with this potential scenario right here. Again, this is obviously LARP lines. They're not real. Price action can take a million fucking forms. It is random in some ways or unpredictable in many ways, but at the same time, it's like, kind of fun to do, I suppose, as well. Anyway, someone asked about this yesterday, and I haven't showed it in a while, but I can surely show my testnet account if there's people who actually give a fuck about it. Fair enough, awesome. This is, again, a testnet account. This is not real money on Deribit over here, just using it so that I can trade a bit of options and have a little bit of fun with it. Let's say account is now up to 37.5 Bitcoin PNL. I expect that a little bit of that is marks because I don't think that I made any huge moves since last. Oh yeah, I did. Did I buy a put spread or did I sell a put spread? I must have sold this one because I'm underwater on that one. Not too good. Although I will, maybe I hedged that one off pretty damn soon. Yeah, but actually doing pretty damn well on this one. Yeah. Now I could make a few more moves on this one. Maybe I can do it during the stream. Oh, sorry. I do realize that my face is actually covering up most of the actual positions over here. All right, let's see. So here's my actual position. Still long, about 165,000 from $33,000 price per Bitcoin. So I have that as my spot underline essentially. And then I have a put spread over here that's severely underwater or decently underwater. And then I have a call spread that's actually not doing. Oh no, it's actually doing pretty damn well. It's just the P&Ls over here still long that $60,000 call strike, but for whatever reason getting some really good marks on that one expiring December, but those are technically worthless right now, so perhaps we'll see a lot of that evaporate and I'll have to make some moves probably by the end of this week, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. And I think with that in mind, I'll put my dirty face back on over here and we can get back into the price action charts, and we could perhaps even get onto the comments as well. Let me just make sure that things go. Yeah, the crypto sims. Oh fuck, by the way, I forgot to mention this as well. I don't know how much longer this is going on for, but Femex is offering up some big deposit bonus of, I think, let me just double check what it is. It is for 3,600. Yeah, it's that first link in the description below, or the second link in the description below. Anyways, I always want to say with these things, hey, look, if you're not already successful trading, don't fucking leverage trade. Or I shouldn't say don't leverage trade, because I don't want to be your dad. But at the same time, it's like, look, it's very unwise to leverage trade, because you're probably not. It's probably going to take some time to actually, be successful with it. And there's no reason to risk finances while you're in the learning phase, because that's probably the biggest impediment to actually getting towards, the not learning phase, but actually doing and succeeding phase. So, if you are going to take advantage of that link, I would strongly suggest that you actually have some good history and of like actually being successful, and then take advantage of the deposit bonus, get a little bit back for yourself and all that good stuff. I think it's like a 5% deposit bonus or something, so you actually have to put some in there. But always remember, with any one of these exchanges, whether it be Bybit, Deribit, or this one, Femex, or whatever the fuck they are, the reason why they're offering these things, because they know that they're probably going to get out on top. So make sure that you're probably not going to, or make sure that you're not going to be one of those statistics, and be wise about it. Anyways, okay, I'll get off on that tip, and I think it's time to get into the comment section now. Let's see what else has got lined up for this morning. And dear Lord, man, there's a lot of people here for a Thanksgiving morning, and now we have 800 likes on this video. What the actual hell? What the actual hell is going on right now? 1,600 people watching, man. I guess people don't have families like me, so fair enough. All good. Oh, well, Elsa's my family, I guess, but that's cool. We're actually going to have a Friendsmas coming up soon, but they don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, funnily enough. Imagine that. Anyways, Peter Lackstrom's definitely Swedish. Super chat filters on, I don't know. Hard to send token related messages. It's probably because YouTube has like an auto moderator, and so whatever acronym you're using for your shitcoin might be also construed as like some sort of a racist acronym. Who knows what the YouTube gods are at nowadays. It's so funny that they can find time to filter that, but not the very obvious scam messages. I mean, shit, man, even Caretaker sent me a this like bot that you could even set up to do it, that someone made, but it's like, it's so fucking inconvenient to set these things up, because you still have to go one by one and delete these goddamn people. At the end of the day, I have to remind everyone, hey, if it sounds too good to be true, or if someone's trying to, get your money for whatever, I think they're usually like trying to do investments or something like that. Look, it's probably too good to be true. It's probably not real. Be careful. It's cryptocurrency land. The modus operandi is it's probably a scam until proven otherwise. Vince says Zen USD 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Oh, I need to open up another thingy over here. Let me just briefly do this. Okay, all right, there we go. Let me just bring it up. Come on, Discord, go faster. There we go. Okay, beautiful. And where's my chats? There we go. Found my chats. All right, beautiful. Okay, Zen USD. Remember, we looked at this one yesterday. It was pretty damn good, breaking out, and we have follow through on that breakout, in fact. So I won't record this one, but I do want to write this one down, because I do want to follow up on it yet again. And this is actually rather good right here. Okay, so what do we have on Zen? We do have a breakout out of your essentially long-term accumulation range. What do you want to call this? A W bottom? Do you want to call it a cup and handle? Or it's not really a cup and handle, but a double bottom, a W bottom, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Breaking above this region right here is important, of course. We see it on volume as well. All momentum oscillators are bullish. Volatility continues to expand. I'm looking for a short-term continuation to your last spike highs from May at about 132 to 133 or so. Very likely a short-term pullback right there. And then over time, the following couple weeks probably does gun for the prior all-time highs. Actually, this one's not bad. Again, invalidation below about 100 and what is this? 105 or so. Until that happens, I'm looking for this one to go sideways and up. It's generally, it's trending all time frames. Fine. Anyways, let's see. Moose Down Under says Moro. Is that Finnish? Moro? Yes. So that's what people are saying to me in the supermarket in the morning. I thought that they're just saying moi, but they have like a difficulty speaking. Anyways, Gala USD, sure, man. Daily, weekly. All right. And Ketos as well, sir. All right. So we got Gala over here. What do we have on Gala? Powerful Gala. Holy shit, man. This thing just does not stop, does it? I've been holding off on doing a video on this one, but goddamn, this is... Oh, that's a 4 hour. My apologies. Okay, here we go. We're on a daily now. All right, so this is still a pretty damn impressive rally right here. I am inclined to see what the 4 hour time frame from this last little consolidation is looking like. I suppose I am looking for Should we record this one or not? Yeah, fuck it, let's record it. All right, here we have Gala, symbol GALA versus the dollar, and this is a 4-hour time frame. This one's rather new, so we can't really look at too many higher term time frames here, although this one has a phenomenally good chart. Now, I have no idea what this thing does, but I'm going to guess it's probably part of the metaverse just by nature of it doing, you know, the old green dildo party. Anyways, we are kind of in no man's land right now, as this one is in a blue sky breakout and just getting continuation. So I'm going to repeat the age-old phrase of the trend is your friend until the end of the trend, and this one, the trend is not ended. In fact, the trend will not even end or remotely end as long as you're above 37 cents in this case. So that would be the invalidation on this one. Looking for short-term continuation somewhere around the 2.618 Fibonacci extension coming out of the past prior base right here, which is a little bit aggressive, but that is around 71.5 to 75 or 76 cents. Would be looking for a bit of a short-term pullback right there, as we do see that volatility is getting rather high and has been remaining high, as you would expect during a run like this, and probably does play out a little bit of a short-term pullback and consolidation a little bit lower. Long-term, is this one, you know, nearing towards the end of its rally? I think it's probably got one more 12-hour run here, as we do see that volatility is once again going to expand, it looks like. And on top of that, we do see that 12-hour RSI. Well, it will make some bearish divergence. I suspect that we do see at least one more move somewhere around this trend line right here to get 1, 2, 3 drives of bearish divergence correlated with this high, and the next potential high, perhaps around that 75 cent region. If things really get crazy and you don't see any sort of pullback right there, then I guess send it to 90. But at the end of the day, this thing is, I do think it's getting a little bit closer to that next major high that I think a lot of people are looking for. But for right now, very likely at least 1 or 2 more new all-time highs, probably in the 70 cent region, as we do see even the hourly just getting another drive of hidden bullish evidence. Rather powerful, and I suppose it's time to be respectful of the altcoins, and this one would certainly be one of them. So hopefully that was helpful, and there you go. Be aware of the invalidation, but for right now, powerful Gala. Nice, man. Very nice. What's up, Ebecca? 13 storage for the hourly and 50-minute. Mind explaining after you draw a fib the best way. God damn it, man. One at a time, for the love of God. Sorry, man. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but at the same time, you know, we do have to make these videos like I actually want to make them more like an hour long at some point, and right now they're like double that time, so let's just focus on this one for right now. Anyways, storage actually having a nice little setup right here. Perhaps I write that one down as well. Let me just see what we got going on right here. And yes, you know, what do we have? We have another just, well, I wouldn't call it necessarily an ascending triangle, but it is an uptrend. And we are approaching the breakout trend line at about 219, which was, I believe, our area from yesterday. I'd say that this one's probably front runnable, to be quite honest with you. Daily jewel remains with upside posturing. And I would generally be looking for a move somewhere around your prior spike wick highs right here and right here coming in from May. And that would be a targeted region somewhere around about 280 or so over the next few days, following a confirmed breakout like that. However, what would it take to invalidate this? Well, a daily closure below about 195 would certainly do it. 4 hour is looking like it wants a trend right now. Hidden bullish evidence down right here, volatility expanding. Dare I say this one's pretty damn good. 5 day, same shit as well. This one looks quite primed, actually. Wouldn't be surprised to see this one even around your March your March highs, maybe in the next few weeks following that, as we do see this one really starting to lift off. But rather powerful for storage, and hopefully that was helpful. And there you go, sir. Oh, you're looking at an hourly and a 50-minute. For the love of fucking God, man. Why? Look, I mean, it's trending up right now. Look, in validation on short-term bullishness below about $2 on an hourly closure, 50-minute. Why, for the love of God, do you want to trade shitcoins on a 15-minute? I don't know, but fair enough. Well, fair enough. I shouldn't be judging you, man. Whatever. It's your life. I mean, they're all looking good right here, man. But seriously, just make life easier for yourself. Look, use a 4 hour and a daily. These charts are a lot more obvious. Hourly and 15 minutes, you're probably going to see some stray wicks here and there that might shake you out, that I don't think would be as nasty on a on a chart like this that we do see on like the higher term timeframes. Anyways, let's see. Ivana want a banana, says CKB 1-4 and daily. Okay, so symbol CKB. Nervos. Okay, I think we've seen this one sometime in the past. Interesting chart right here. I'm going to write this one down as well. I do want to follow up on these. Yeah, it really is kind of like an altcoin season going on for like the last month or so. Anyways, powerful chart right here, actually. Rather powerful indeed. What do we have? Hidden bullish evidence come off this last low right here. We do have a nice general uptrend. This one's approaching its prior, or it's actually already broken out of its accumulation range highs. That would be right there at 2.2 cents. And while I would be looking for a short-term continuation move somewhere back around the top side of your current range here on the daily at about 3 cents, any sort of a daily closure above there, which I expect probably will happen, especially if you see that volatility starts to expand, which I do believe that it probably does, then I'd be looking for a run pretty much around your prior all-time highs, and at that point probably beyond as well. This one's rather good setup. 4 hours 4 hours about to pop back above your last lower high right here as well. So at that point, I'd be looking for that next extension short term to about 3.1 cent or so. It looks good, man. It looks good. Again, invalidation on this one on a daily below about 2 cent, or it's 2.2 cent. 4 hour would be below about 2.4 cent, but generally good right here. I mean, this is fine. Not a whole hell of a lot of history, but it is fine. Anyways, Mamba for Life says sand hourly and 4 hour. Okay, I believe, is this the one that I called a high on yesterday, or was it crypto.com? I think it was crypto.com, because this one just went fucking vertical. Oh my god. Oh my god. It literally does not stop. This one's insane. This one's definitely a metaverse play now, isn't it? Getting up there yet again. Definitely getting up there yet again. 97.5 percentile on BBWP on the daily. That's rather high, but guess what? We're not going to have bearish divergence on the next local high confirmed, as we have taken out the prior highs from November 3rd already. Dear Lord, man. So what does that align with? That aligns with probably at least one more new all-time high drive. And then perhaps a little bit of a consolidation, then probably one more after that, and then you probably have a major high being put in. Anyways, you were asking for an hourly and 4 hour. We can do an hourly right here. Hourly's continuation, man. This one has new all-time highs probably today. I mean, it's already at new all-time highs already. So how would you invalidate short-term setup below 664 in this case? Until then, let the trend be your friend. But goddamn, man, I really do not feel good about calling this one further up from here. Powerful as hell. Definitely powerful as hell. Let's see what, I mean, that was all the way at $3. I guess next major region would be about $9.50. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. Powerful sand, man. Very powerful sand. Should I record that one? Probably not. Anyways, Elise, good morning to you, Elise. At 88. Oh, Elise, you must be new here. You want to look at the best shitcoin of them all, the one shitcoin to rule them all, the one shitcoin that never rallies. Well, at least for the last few months here. This was a good topic with Jason too. The Cardano crew, they really don't like when you talk about their shitcoin or their highly esteemed, very advanced technology. Again, this one, it was great. It was fucking great for the last half of 2020 and the first quarter of 2021. Absolutely phenomenal. One of the best charts, actually. In fact, for the first half of 2021, but hasn't really been that since. And this is, again, an example of a relatively weak chart. Why is it relatively weak? Because whilst everything else is at minimum holding on to its current lows, and in most cases, for most alts, just putting some phenomenal rallies, this one's actually breaking lows, which is really, really nasty right here. Not even have a chance to have bullish divergence off the daily on this next potential low. So, I think we've nearly hit my 55 exponential moving average target right here at about 150. Very, very close right there. It looks like we got down to 158. I do think it is somewhat due for a bounce relatively soon, but goddamn, man, or woman, Miss Elise or Mrs. Elise, who knows? Ooh, we do have some ladies in the chat. I mean, we see volatility expanding alongside trend continuation. This is not fucking good. Look, is there a bear trap setup right here? It's the same as before, but now you're moving further in the opposite direction away from it. That would be above about $2 on a daily at minimum. I'd even say above like 210 on a daily is where I'd start to be bullish on Cardano again. Until then, this is just the long slinky dinky of death. I don't know where the fuck that one's coming from, but look, it's gonna have a bounce relatively soon. Does the bounce get back above 210? If it does, okay, great. Cardano gets to join the rest of the market and not look like absolute fucking painful death. But I mean, look, you're in much more of a bouncy territory right here. Whether it comes down officially to 150 first or not, I don't have a strong opinion on, but you're probably going to set up for a bounce first. The question is, does it get back above 210? If it does, okay, great. It can join the rest of the market or not necessarily the rest of the market, but it could probably put another rally towards 240, maybe a little bit more. Other than that, very, very weak. Just it's due for a pity rally relatively soon. I suspect that you probably got one more downside move, but I don't really feel too compelled by that one, to be honest with you. Let's see, what else did I miss out over here? Oh, you're looking at a 2 and 4 hour. Okay, well, 2 hour still looks like shit. Actually still looks like shit over here. What about a 4 hour? Oh, we have another drive of hidden bearish divergence, right? Oh no, actually we don't. Sorry, apologies on that one. Still looks like shit, however, but we do have, or maybe we have some regular bullish divergence. We do. Holy fucking moly, man. Holy fucking moly. The ever so slightest amount, but it is there. Actually, let me just double check. 24 spot 30 versus 24 spot 77. very slightly, but it is there, yes. However, this one looks like it's going to at least test those recent lows and then maybe give you a bounce. Again, I would be looking at the daily on this one. I just don't think that there's any reason to be excited about this thing, especially as long as you're below 210. Until that happens, down we go. Where we stop, only Pink Bear Jesus knows. Link is laggard, so is Cardano. Yeah, Link is definitely laggard as well. Not as bad as Cardano though. I mean, these charts look phenomenally different, right? On the weekly, especially over the last couple months here. Link, for example, where is my Link? Link over here is still kind of playing within this long-term, what would be reaccumulation zone. So it doesn't look as bad to me as, you know, Cardano, which is literally in a weekly downtrend. So that is obviously not great. Anyways, Bang Average Rider, welcome to the cave, sir. Oh, and I should probably just let you know, for the people who are members of this channel, so if you're a member on the YouTube channel, not in the Krown Chain application, it's completely fucking different, but if you're a member on the YouTube channel, I uploaded a TA 101 playlist for you in there that you can view at any moment in time. It's only for the members there, and well, it's, yeah, just a little bit of a thank you. It's very, very basic, but at the same time, I think that it could be of use, especially to people who, you know, might want to dabble a little bit in the good old TA right there. Anyways, let's see. Dad Rackus says, bro, love from SoCal. What's up, man? What portion of SoCal do you live in, actually? I really like San Diego, but the rest of it, I'm not a big fan of, to be honest with you. I grew up in San Francisco, so I can say that. Hey man, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate those sentiments, man, and thank you for that. You came to the cave because of Elios. Man, I'm very, very happy to hear that, man. You know, I love my little partnership with Elio. He's a great guy. Really, really like him behind the scenes, and happy Thanksgiving to you as well. That's just a nice positive message. Wow, man, that's rather generous, and thank you. And also much love to you as well, and happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I hope that you get all the things that you wish for on Thanksgiving. What did your parents get you for Thanksgiving? Don't know, but if they didn't get me exactly what I wanted, then I'm not fucking thankful. How about that? Not Penny's Votes. It's Happy Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day to you as well. And thank you, man. Mist. Okay, so this is another altcoin, obviously, but I don't think okay, Alchemist. I feel like we've seen this one maybe before, but it looks like shit. No, I'm thinking of Alchemy Pay. Yeah, so this would not be an example of a strong altcoin. So we see several altcoins today already alone looking pretty damn good. This would not be amongst them. There's absolutely nothing at all whatsoever good about this shitcoin of a chart as long as you're below about 115. Above there, probably does put in a nice rally, similar to what you see on some of the other altcoins. Until then, this is just absolute hot garbage. Now, is it getting ready for a bounce sooner rather than later? Maybe you will have some bullish divergence on both a 4-hour and a daily, but even on a 4-hour, you just confirmed another drive of hidden bearish divergence. I'd at minimum be looking for another run towards your $51 lows. Perhaps you get a bit of a pity bounce right there, but I'm not one to call a reversal before we actually get it on the actual charts themselves, and that would be, again, above about 110 to 115. This one would look okay for a nice rally extension back up to like 160, maybe even as much as 200, and then I come back to it after that. Until then, we don't really see a reversal here just yet. In fact, just more signals of downside continuation. Pretty awful, actually. And again, I'm just talking about charts here, man. You as a person, probably great, probably amazing. This as a chart, fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. Wow. That's really healthy. You know, you probably, where's your bigger pity bounce regions? More around like 40 to 45 bucks. So if I did have to call it right now, do I think that we see continuation first before a little bit of a bouncy bounce? Probably yes, but you know, again, I don't really see any real reason to trade a chart like this, but fair enough. You know, it's everyone's entitled to do what they want to do, right? Sean Waller says, good morning, Krown and Elsa. Hey, good morning to you as well, man. Been trading the 1 minute gala. Good, man. I salute you, sir. Wanted to know if there are indicators or techniques that work better or worse than trading the 1 hour and 4 hour. If you're going to trade the 1 minute, I don't trade the 1 minute in cryptocurrency land. I will trade the 1 minute in traditional land, but not in cryptocurrency land. And holy fucking moly, I just saw that we are above 1,000 likes on this video. Wow. Thank you for that. That's amazing. Holy shit. That's incredible. But yeah, man, to answer your question, well, we've already kind of analyzed Gala. I don't know if that was a request or not, but if there are any indicators or techniques that work better or worse than trading the 1 and 4 hour, well, your techniques, your strategy, I think is what you mean. Your trading strategy, generally speaking, will be pretty much the same amongst all different time frames. Like, strategies don't really change. It's just your hit rate on those strategies will probably change a bit. So, you know, if you're going to trade like divergence, for example, on a 1 minute versus an hourly, which both to me are like very low term time frames. Obviously, a minute is like infinitely lower. But what would that imply? Well, your hit rate on the minute chart is going to be significantly lower than the hourly, and the results also are going to be a lot lower as well. So you're spending a lot of screen time for Gala, which is an altcoin that probably doesn't have, you know, too much trading volume going on right there. So you might get one of those very nasty wicks. So you have a lot of risk potentially and well, you have to be very adherent to it, which I don't know, you know, again, this is, you know, whatever you want to do, man, whatever you want to do, right? It's like a video game. I totally get that, but I find the best kind of bang for buck on the hourly, and to a lesser extent the 4 hour, especially when things are trending. The hourly is actually quite good. But yeah, is there any indicators that are specific for the 1 minute? No. No, man, you can use any indicator on any time frame. What's going to make it better is your back testing, and then you can kind of derive from there if it, you know, if it makes sense or not. But in general, no, the strategies should be, there's no real reason for a strategy to change from different time frame to different time frame. It's just your risk and your reward are probably going to change significantly, and and basically your hit rate's probably going to take a massive downturn using very low term time frames like that. But you know, fair enough. I mean, maybe that's just you know, your personality, and that's what you want to do. Hey, more power to you, man. Gemini Athlete says Matic 4 and daily. Sure, man. Let's see where this one's at. I remember last time it got the bounce at the exact moment that it needed to be. And hey, there you fucking go, baby. There you fucking go. All right, Matic, pulling through. Good job, Matic. I don't even know you, and I don't even want to know you, but not bad right there. Okay, so what's going on right here? Well, first off, you're looking at a 4 and daily. Nice. So 4 on daily right here. So yes, we did hit the measured move based off of the break of the 168 region from a few days prior on the analysis. I do think that this one's actually going to pull through right here. We have a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders going on, which will be confirmed above about 188. Now above 188, I would look for this one to actually make a nice leg up back to your former range highs at around 203, maybe as much as 220. That's the big one for the macro, where I look at this one as about to enter into a phenomenal rally, blue sky breakout, you might call it. And, you know, we would have a measure move on this one. It would be upon confirmation of that about $3 or so. Yeah, about $3.50 actually. Quite good. Now it's going to take some time, obviously, you know, maybe a couple weeks following the confirmation of that, but pretty damn good right here. Now, what would invalidate this? Very simply put, on a 4 hour, where's your last higher low? 167 below there, bad. But right now the 4 hour is trending. I am still looking for sideways and up action on this one. Very likely a short-term pullback on the official test of 188 or 190 or so, but I do think that this one does very likely push through. This is actually fine. I don't really get bearish on this thing on a daily as long as you're above about 145. Below there, yeah, this one loses its whole macro structure, but for right now, all momentum oscillators are suggesting some upside, and this correction is all coming on declining volatility, so I actually do think that this is okay. Anyways, talk about mentorship program. Is it like one-on-one? Okay, if you're talking about my programs or if you're talking about Jackie's program, if you're talking about mine, no, it is not one-on-one. It is a program. It is a video program that you go through on your own, of course. And then we have the Discord where, you know, the whole community kind of hangs out. And of course I hang out as well, but to be 100% clear, it's not a fucking one-on-one thing. There would be absolutely no way to do that. If you're talking about Jackie's thing, then yes, it is more one-on-one, and you can actually message him on Discord if you want to get more details on it, or just watch the video as well. But yeah, he pretty much works like very, very closely with you. So his username on Discord is just type in CJack, and I think he's like the fuck they or something like that now. He just had a kid, so he hasn't really been around too much, but he will respond if you do send him a DM. Anyways, Nye Fierro says spell short and long term. Okay, cool. All right, spell token. Okay, all right. Sounds cool. Not great. Medium and long term. I don't know, man. This thing's been around for about a month and a half. There ain't no long term on that. 4 hour. Do we have a nice local low in? Well, still no bullish divergence on the fucking 4 hour. Looks like shit still. I wouldn't even call a short term reversal as long as you're below right here. As long as you're below 204 cent. Until then, you know, you are kind of in you're kind of in your pity bounce regions. You actually did hit it yesterday. You know, do you give one more test down around there? Perhaps, yeah, something like this. And I'd flip to like short-term, medium-term bullish back above this region right here, looking for moves up to 2.5 cent. But this is not great. This is not good. As long as you're below 204 cent, it is especially not good. But you know, I guess I'd give it a chance here. It is an altcoin after all, and they just seem to do weird things. And whatever Bitcoin does, this one will very likely follow. The 12 hour looks a lot more like you have a potential higher low in place. I wouldn't confirm this as a short-term reversal until you're back above that 204 cent region. At that point, probably does have some nice boosts to the upside, but not a big fan of a chart like this. And at least from what I can tell right here, it's not really a long-term on that one. It is more likely to bounce off this region back above before breaking down below like 1.3 cent or so, if it is going to do that at all. Cool. BB Guard SP says AXS, do your thing. Elliott Wave pros and cons. Okay, that's 2 questions right there, but Elliott Wave. Okay, so Elliott Wave pros and cons. All right, so the pros of Elliott Waves is that it kind of gives you a general idea of what to expect, which can potentially help out your trading plan if you find that valuable. For myself, I think that there's a lot more cons with it. First and foremost, what stands out to me about Elliott Wave is I still do not know a single trader, a single professional trader who does this as a living, as their main source of income, who uses Elliott Wave as their main driver. I do know several people, actually Fibbo Swanee, who's fucking great, man. He's phenomenal. Who use Elliott Wave as kind of like a tertiary sort of tool in order to kind of give you a general idea of what's going to happen. Now, the reason why I don't think that Elliott Wave is all that useful is because first and foremost, price action can take a million different forms. That's why I called, these stupid lines right here, LARP lines, right? Because like it's fun to do. It gets a lot of views on YouTube. It gets a lot of likes and shit on Twitter. Going off of yesterday's conversation, what's a great way to get a lot of engagement? Do the fucking Elliott Waves, because people love having a guide. They love having some sort of a roadmap so that they feel like they know what's going to happen. But the problem with Elliott Wave is that price action can take a million different formats. I mean, if you think about it, or not if you think about it, like if you actually know what price action is, it does kind of adhere to the Black-Scholes formula. And what does that mean? That means that price action is random. And if price action is random, can you really do something like that? Forecasting 5 fucking moves in advance? No. And again, Elliott Waves gets a lot of love during bull markets because everything works during a bull market. Fucking everything works during a bull market. Look, all you have to do is press the green button and voila, whether it's the next day or the next minute or the next few months, you're probably going to end out on top and people don't get mad at it. What you typically see during bear markets is all the Elliott waivers typically go out of business. And that's what we exactly saw in 2018 and 2019. And there was a shit ton of Elliott waivers in 2017 and all of them were super fucking popular. I'm sure that you can name a few if you were around during that time. And just the fact of the matter is that when you try to, the more and more that you try to visualize price action doing something in the future, the less and less it is actually actionable and relatable. And pretty much every shitty trader that I know uses Elliott Wave. So sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That was too mean. That was way too mean. Look, I'm sure that there's some great Elliott waivers out there, but I still, again, have not met a single successful trader that I can verify myself that uses Elliott Waves as their number one tool. I do know people use it as their secondary or tertiary tool. That's a different thing, but they're still trading off of more tangible things to begin with. So that's what I'd say about that, man. Anyways, as far as AXS, still good over here. Holds the range lows essentially. And what do we have? Well, I don't really need to draw them in again, although this was a more, and this is the problem with it. It's like, look, I drew in this line before we actually had it, kind of like as okay, it's probably going to look something like this, right? Well, what does it actually look like? Something like this. So that's kind of the problem with trying to, visualize price action in the future. I mean, anytime that you visualize price action, or at least that I visualize price action, or that I start thinking about my P&L when my target is hit, and I start to think about, oh, maybe it could be a little bit more, it usually goes the other way. Just as a weird rule. I don't know if that's, I don't know if anyone else experiences that, or if it's just me. But anyways, looking at this right here, look, it bounced at the exact level that you want it to bounce at on the 55 right there, puts in a higher low. Yes, it is. Let's actually record this one. Why not, man? Why not? Here we have Axie Infinity symbol AXS versus the dollar, and this one continues to hold the range lows, of which, well, rather far down right there. We can actually move it up for the daily now, as we do have this higher low at around 119.5. So as long as we're above there, I do look at this as more or less a bullish setup, as we do have what would be considered as a reaccumulation formation in the format of an ascending triangle right here, which will be verified with the daily closure above about 150. It looks like if we were to do it exactly for the daily, be right here at about 150 or so, and that will have a measured move, an implied target all the way up to about 180, a little bit higher than that actually, which is pretty much in confluence with the 2.618 Fibonacci extension from our prior macro base way the fuck back on over here actually. This is on a daily, by the way, so I still want to see a validation of that, but overall, Axie has been one of the better actors for, well, basically since its inception. It's actually incredibly good right here. Is it going to continue onwards and forwards from this exact region? Well, I think actually it's a little more likely. In fact, we will have hidden bullish divergence on a weekly RSI if we do start to see a closure back above 150, in fact. So it's pretty damn good. I do want to check it out over from this angle just to see if momentum oscillators agree with this or if they're more corrective right now. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Weekly is more corrective, below 139.82, but we're actually a little bit below there right now. Still a few days left in the trading week to go, so not super concerning. 5-day remains with upside pushing above 139.25, and daily's freshly up as long as we're above 126.5. So I'm a little bit more on the Bula side here, short term, for I was going to be back above 140. I just want to see an actual confirmation above that 150 level. That's where the real fun move starts. Until then, Until then, short-term range, is basically between about 148 high and your rising bottoms at about 128. I would invalidate this one as a long-term bullish setup below 119 and a half, and macro, I'd call a macro high below 107 and a half, looking for humongous moves down towards $60 to $69 after that. But for right now, this one still remains in a better posturing overall. I imagine the monthly is also good. It's still pretty good, but not super obvious right there. Well, fair enough. Again, be aware of where the pain points are. Be aware of where the reversal points are. But for right now, I'd actually still do favor the upside here, especially as this whole correction comes on very low volatility. So I'm looking at this as a reaccumulation first and foremost, until proven otherwise. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Axie Infinity, sir. Cool. All right, Mr. Far, what?
You did not penny spot, but it wasn't on trading view.
Who?
Can you check the latest?
No, you need to tell me.
Well, it's long, so
God damn it. Not Penny's Boat says, I just looked it up. The missed USD I was requesting isn't available on TradingView. My mistake. I'll make sure. All good, man. Okay, so you want to look at UFO. Okay, yeah. You could just say next time look at UFO. I think it's only versus Ethereum here though. But let me see. Yeah, it is only versus Ethereum, but I think that's going to be fine. I think we've even looked at this one before, and it's very good, very very good. Look, there's not a whole hell of a lot of history here, just going back to July, but that's enough for right now. And we do have a general continuation phase. Are we at a toppy-ish area for what it's worth right now? No, actually. While I do think that this one could easily pull back down to 93 or so, I actually would just be looking for a higher low somewhere right around there. 4-hour time frame is going to be having, I'm sure. Hey, no, caretaker. Why no populate momentum oscillators right there? Weird. I am inclined to say that this one could very easily pull back short term down around that target. However, you do still have your macro uptrend still in play, and I suspect that this one does make a leg up somewhere between about 140 to 155 before you do see a potential major macro high on this one. Still daily BBW peak getting up there, but still not even above 90 percentile. So I'm inclined to say that this one probably has one more daily run, maybe after a short term pullback to the 140 to 155 level, and then I want to come back to it after that, kind of judge it. But for right now. Yeah, this is weird looking right here. I don't know what all this is going on right here, but this is generally a good chart. There's no reason to be bearish on it, especially as long as it's above like 70. And yeah, any sort of a pullback down to like the mid to low 80s is completely fine. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it other than that. You will be creating some bearish divergence over here, but even then, it's like how much you trust in RSI that looks like this. I don't. I don't. So I don't know what to make out of it. I do like the increasing volume on the breakouts here, though. So I'm inclined to say that probably has one more move to the upside before the next major high gets put in. And of course, that very likely does hit one of those major targets, like between 140 and 150 or so. Cool. All right. So let's see. Where did I leave off before I was so rudely interrupted by Elsa? Mr. Farhan says, hey, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, man. Gala 4-hour. Yep, we already got that one. So all good right there. Sir, relax. It's Thanksgiving. It's a happy day. Anyways, the Saturn Epoch says, Rose USD. Okay. I need to get back to the morning gym. Yeah, man. I hear you on that. Gym in the morning or gym at midday, I think are the best times to go. I hate going at night. I haven't gone at night in a long time now too. All right, Rose over here, still pretty damn good, man. Still consolidating, but that's fine. We did not get our breakout condition from yesterday back above 43 cents, or I guess it's more like 41.5 cents right there, whatever it is. Completely fine right there. Do we play a little bit of a short-term downside move here first? We are getting a little bit more corrective signals here. If it does want to play out one more drive to the downside, I'd be looking 33.5 to 34 cents or so, but not bearish on a chart like this. Do we hit? Okay, we did hit kind of extremes like that right there. I still do think that this one is actually in a better posture than not. I want to check it out from this angle just in case. Yeah, let's see. What do we have here? 4-hour is nose down below 42.5. Okay, not great. Daily is going to turn down below 35. Weekly is fresh up above 25 cents. What about the hourly? Fresh up above 37. Okay, interesting. Again, I'd just be looking at this one as short-term correct. If it comes back down to 33.5 or 34 cents, that's fine. I still would not validate a continuation condition until you're actually above 42.5 cents on a daily. And then yes, this one can very likely roll yet again. At least half a buck after that, but probably looking somewhere more around 65, maybe in 70 cents over the following week or so. I would invalidate bullishness below very easily, about 29 cents until then. Short-term corrections are still fine. Technically speaking, you still would have higher lows right here alongside hidden bullish divergence if, it's not there right now, but if if you do confirm a local low here, which would be needed, which would be confirmed with the 4-hour closure back above 39.5 cent. Until then, technically speaking, short term, it is more corrective, and targets down to 33.5 cent are more reasonable than not. But yeah, just depends. I guess you're on 4-hour daily, so all good right there. Druified says Cadena 4 and daily, please. Sure. Okay, so symbol KDA. All right, this highly esteemed piece of technology over here too. We called a top on this one ages ago, and I still stick with my top call. Don't like it. Yeah, not great. Anyways, technically speaking, need to see it actually break below this level before I do really look for that next major drive to the downside. Until then, is it short-term bouncy here? It is a little bit more short-term bouncy than not, I guess. You do have some bullish divergence come off the last 4-hour low. Let's see, do we have the same thing over here, or are we turning down yet again? All right. Maybe go to the 4 hours. Well, 4 hours down below 17.5. Okay. Daily, yeah, we'll flip back up above 20.5. Really wouldn't take too much to get this one to bounce, to be fair. So it's really not wise to be looking for that next major move down, like exactly from right here. But what I would say is that any sort of a 4-hour closure, even below about $15.5, I would be looking for a nice move to the downside, somewhere down around your last major wick lows over here. Also the 55 at about 12.35 in this case. Until then, I'm not a humongous fan of this chart, but I would flip to bullish back above about $23.5. Long term, it had a phenomenal run. We saw extreme conditions twice here on daily BBWP. We see bearish divergence the whole way through. I think this one's at best going to be trading sideways between about 15.5 and 23.5 for a while. And I think what's a little more likely is after one more bounce or so, assuming the bounce does not get above $23.5, I'd be looking somewhere down around 12.35 to 12.5 bucks, and probably bounce there weekly. Yeah, not super terrible, but also not great. Curious, what does it look like on a weekly over here? Yeah, nose down below 26 as well. So again, corrective and sideways at best for the short and medium term. If you do see a leg down here, that's kind of where I'd be looking for as a target. It is kind of in a bouncy area though. You really shouldn't front run a break of a range like this until it actually officially happens. And where do your short-term time frame range change? Back above $19. Above $19 on a 4-hour, I look for this one to retest around 21.5 or so. Still doesn't do anything for the daily, but might be of interest to you on the short-term timeframes there. What's up, Edison Lane? Good morning to you, man. GHST daily and 4-hour. D-Gen Boomer Grandpa got a bong. Ooh, all right, nice. Grandpa is getting high as fuck on Thanksgiving. Good. That's the exact day that you should be getting high. Like one time, I was at Thanksgiving dinner with my family, who are like very strict, and my extended family was there, who's not as strict, and they were partaking in some of the old herbs there, not necessarily out of a bong, but out of the old You can guess. I won't even play this stupid story. You don't even want to fucking hear it. All right, GHST, good. Very good right here, actually. This one, in fact, whoopsies. I am trying to write this one down. Come on, stop it. Bastard, GHST. Okay, sweet. Is this Avigachi or whatever the fuck? Anyways, whatever it is, high or low right here, you close on new highs, very likely looking for continuation. We do see daily RSI back in the bullish control zone. At some point we will have bearish evidence, yes, but that would imply that we do get another high first. Daily BBWP is getting up there, so I don't know. I wouldn't say that this one has like a whole hell of a lot more to go, but see where the next areas of interest are. I'd say probably somewhere around about $3 or so, $2.90 to $3 or so. And probably be looking for a little bit of a pullback right there and potentially sets it up more long-term. Invalidation on this one very easily put below about $2.50. Not bad, man. Not bad, actually. Ryan McDonald, good morning to you, man. Hey, best of the best to you as well, man. I think you mean SNX? Did you do that backwards on purpose? You bastard. I think you mean this one because it is, that is the same ticker, right? Yeah, Synenthex. I'm going to try also the one that you put in as well just to see. XNS? Yeah, that's not going to be anything. So I'm guessing it's this thingy. SNX, I remember we looked at it yesterday. It was terrible, and it's still terrible today. But are you getting ready for a pity bounce here relatively soon? Probably yes. You have a little bit of potential bullish evidence available to you on a daily. Needs to close daily back above $8.50 to initiate that, and then I'd be looking for extension towards 9.25 to maybe even 9.5. Things get crazy. Terrible chart, though, long term. Again, when in the context of a relatively strong, relatively weak, this one's relatively weak, and not just relatively weak, looks like relative shit, actually. Look, like we've seen so many altcoins that are pretty damn good today. This is not among them, by any stretch of the imagination. So while I do think that you're getting ready for a bounce here, probably today or tomorrow, be aware of where like the major areas are. Look, as long as you're below 1130, even on a daily, this is just I mean, it's it's reaccumulation by whales at best, and at worst, it's just it's just a dead shitcoin. Above $13.50 on a weekly, that's where things actually really start to look good again. And it probably does something similar to some of the other coins that we've seen today, but not the most interesting chart, unfortunately. Sean Casey says, yo, been so long. What's up, man? Well, welcome back, sir. Can we get back to your pathetic green screen video so I can buy some cheap Bitcoin? Hey, man, hope you're good as well, man. And thank you for that. Yeah, fun times with the old casting couch. People don't even know about the casting couch on this channel. Captain Crunch says, hey, chat, are you a top or bottom? Oh, man, don't ask that question here, sir. Don't ask that question here. We're only gay for TA, but are you a red dildo or a green dildo? That is the question of the day. Dahlia, the golden doodle. Oh my lord, that is a really cute dog, actually. Golden retrievers are just the best, and golden doodles are just so, I don't know, they're just so chill. Elsa's sign in the background, but she has spent, okay, over the last week, she has spent at least a combined 3 hours of watching golden retriever videos on YouTube with Tucker the golden retriever, and it's actually a really nice dog. And now she tries to play it off like they're not that great, but they are. They actually are. They are, but Pomeranians are the best. Pomeranians are the best, but we're talking about dogs, not rats. Anyways, can you check out loopring on the 4-hour and daily? Sure, man. Sure. LRC. Okay, and remember this. We looked at this one yesterday. It's actually putting in a bit of a short-term reversal. And, oh, man. It's retesting that area right now, actually. Yeah, this is actually good. It's actually quite good. Maybe I'll write this one down. Perhaps we record this one as well. Let's actually record this one. Here we have a loop ring symbol LRC versus the dollar. It looks like we have essentially played out the correction that we were looking for. I think we recorded a video on this one like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And now this one's looking pretty damn good, actually. Retesting around your prior all-time highs, usually not a bearish thing. And while I would like to see an official closure on new all-time highs, above your prior highs, so above about $3.50. This one's looking pretty damn good. So does it range a little bit more? Maybe with another move down to $3, perhaps yes. But ultimately, this is very, 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 very strong right here. And I would be looking for this one to very likely break to the upside, whether it be, perhaps on this current drive or maybe over the next couple of weeks is, I have a strong opinion on actually. Daily RSI does say this one's still, I'm not really getting too much from that. Daily Jewel is still bullish here, and daily BBWP is expanding actually yet again. So probably does actually try from here. Let's see what the 5-day looks like. 5 days very good. Yes, it is very hot over here as well, indeed. But overall, I do think that this one probably does push through over here over the next 5 to 10 days. And next sort of areas of interest to the upside are going to be. Well, let's see what they're going to be. Let's actually do we have a macro one here? I'm curious what the macro one would say. Say, oh yeah, okay, so that is still relevant. Actually, we're not that crazy just yet. Macro one would say next sort of upside areas of interest would be about actually between about $4.50 to $5.50, and on a blow off about 735. I'd want to see those like tested and held all the way through, but this is actually quite good right here. And I do think that this one's more ready than not. We do see another higher low right around 290 yesterday. So as long as you're above there, I'm actually short-term bullish and looking for this one to do some busting action on through. Below $3, yeah, I look for the correction to come back down to about 250, 260-ish region, try for another higher low right there, and then maybe give another try to the upside perhaps in the following week or so. But for right now, this one's actually showing more good things short-term than bad. Or it's not really showing any bad things short term. Another drive of hidden bullish evidence on that last low on 12-hour RSI. It's good. Let's see. We should talk about like major downside invalidations, but weekly Stokes are up as long as above 185. Good. Daily is freshly up above $3. Also good. I think this one's a lot more ready than not. I would invalidate long-term bullishness below about 2.25. I don't think that's what's happening right here. It's probably also not that helpful, but if that got hit, I'm looking for a move down to 150. Until then, this is actually rather good, and I do think this one's actually looking pretty damn good, like today, especially today and tomorrow. I'd say. Hopefully that was helpful, and there you go for loop ring, Sarah. Cool. Juvian official said, hey man, thank you. All good, man, all good. Challenge, brief FA or opinion of rebase protocols. I'm not a fundamental analyst, man. Fundamentals don't really have any. Fundamentals don't really have anything in my strategy. The way that I actually employ fundamentals is that I just trade a couple different things, that being Bitcoin and Ethereum, because I'm pretty confident that they're not going to just one day literally rug pull everything, and that's all I care about as far as fundamentals go. Rebase protocol, you're asking the wrong person. You should ask maybe Elio from Elio Trades these sort of questions. I'm not the person to go to. I don't have much experience with any of that. My only concerns with fundamental analysis are simply are simply this: is it a scam or not? If it's not a scam and it has liquidity, I can trade it, and well, that leaves me with about limited options in the market like this. But again, yeah, I don't have a good answer for you, unfortunately, and a healthy amount about it knows the proper answer for that question. So I know that it's annoying, but yeah, man, I can point you towards the right direction. Mr. Elliot Trade's probably the guy that you're looking for, not me. Symbol MS says, hello, sir. ILV, USD, 4 and daily when sell. All right. So I remember we looked at this one yesterday, and it was quite good. Is it time to sell? Well, no. This one probably continues over time, man. Okay, so we don't have a whole hell of a lot of history here, but the history that we do have is rather good. We got a breakout out of course. Oh, I don't have it charted. Okay, we got a breakout out of our major area like this yesterday. I'm sure that we already hit the target on this one, so I'm going to pull up this, and we are at the 1.618. I would be looking for a short-term pullback here. That's completely fine. We've actually already gotten it off of this move right here. This one's continuation right here. This one's continuation right here, right now, actually. Very, very good. Actually, I'm going to write this one down as well. Man, there's just all kinds of charts today. All kinds. Long term, I'm looking for a move up somewhere past 2,000, actually. Perhaps over the next few weeks here. 5 days good as well. 4 hours training right here. Yeah, we are hitting extremes on this, but I have no reason to invalidate short-term bullishness as long as you're above about 1330 in this case. Below 1330, yeah, I do look for a little bit more of a correction down to 1180 or so. Until then, it's actually very, very good. I'd like to see a daily closure above 1669 first before looking for the next leg up towards 2000. But this is good. It's very, very good. Yeah, you are hitting extremes here on BBWP, but I want to see it kind of stay there for a little bit of time, and then I'd probably call like a major high. And does that come alongside a move towards 2000 first? Perhaps yes. It's actually quite good. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for ILV, sir. When sell. Azul Serafix says Goff. Okay, stock. Nice. We have a stock. We have a real stock. Okay, sweet. Oh, it's a fucking trades on OTC. This is not a stock, man. This trades OTC. This might as well be a shitcoin cryptocurrency. Pretty good here, though. Actually, it looks like it might be one of the stocks that actually is, or OTC stocks that is actually okay. Very good, actually. Look at this, man. You are pretty much at per all-time highs. You're pretty much breaking out of your current consolidation. This is good. This is actually really, really good. I spoke too soon, man, and I apologize for that. I'd be looking for this one to make some pretty nice legs up. In this case, probably next targeted region would be about 41 and a quarter cent. Long term, maybe months down the road, maybe looking at half a buck plus, 70 cents or so. It's actually pretty damn good right there, man. Not bad. Especially on expanding volatility off of extremely low reads on this nice weekly consolidation. That is really fucking powerful right there. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. I apologize for judging it too soon. Usually I'm not that big of a fan of OTC stocks, but that one's actually very, very good. Khalifa says, good morning, sir. Good morning, man. CRV on the 4 and daily. Yes. This one has also been one of the better actors as of recent times. And, still looking good here, baby. Still looking really good. Let's follow up on this one here. Okay, so here we have Curve Dow, symbol CRV versus the dollar. We've recorded a video on this one a couple days ago, identifying this as a falling channel breakout, and we've hit the first target and now en route to the second target of about 6.5 to 690 or so, based off the flag formation right there. I do think that things will very likely take a little bit of a pullback right there. Yeah, we've seen volatility expand quite a fair bit. It's still good long term, and I expect that things don't stop there long term, because guess what? You did break out of the long term base, that being right here, actually a while ago at 360 or so. In long term, I probably would be looking after a bit of a consolidation after that 6.25 or 630 target. Actually, somewhere around $10 to maybe more like $9 would be the next target, but really looking at like 12 to 13 over time. Now that's probably going to take a lot of time, but you got a great setup right here. Again, expanding volatility on a weekly. Weekly RSI is strong, and I expect that momentum oscillators over here are probably short-term good as well. So let's see what they are looking like. Elsa's having a good time over there. Oh, nice. Okay, well, you can take care of that, sir. Anyways, yeah, daily's up as long as above 440. Good, very very nice. 4 hours also freshly above 560, but that does imply that does need to continue base essentially from here. So I do think that you are getting ready for a pullback relatively soon after one more continuation drive to that next targeted region. Consolidates a little bit more and then spends the next few weeks actually probably continuing. Actually, very very good. Curve would be invalidated below about $4.50. Fair enough, but for right now, this is a lot of good things going on right there. Hopefully that was helpful. And there you go, sir. Yeah, imagine being that person on fucking Thanksgiving, spending 5 minutes subscribed to this channel so you can leave your one comment. Do you swallow? It's like, I fucking got her. It's like, if you had any idea of the things that we say to each other, that means nothing. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's like, and I don't say this as like talking down to someone, but I feel bad for someone like that. Like, that's your big day. It's a holiday, man. It's a holiday, man. Like, I hope things go better. I just hope that things go better for someone like that. Cause like, think about what that would be like. It probably wouldn't be too great. Anyways, Donna says, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. You are Singaporean, I think though, but fair enough. We can celebrate either way. Really enjoyed the podcast with Jason. Yeah, I'm glad that you did. I really enjoyed doing that and we'll probably make it like a weekly thing. Could you please look at Decentraland? Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see where this one's at. I think last time we looked at it, we were quite bullish. In fact, a few times before that, we were also quite bullish and still fucking bullish on this one. Powerful charts, man, or woman. Wow. Just fucking wow, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's record this one too. Here we have Decentraland symbol MANA versus the dollar. We have hit our first and second targets on this one now, up to all the way up to $5. And this one's looking for continuation. In this case, I would be looking for the next set of targets all the way up to 6.25. Sorry, more like 6.5 to almost $7. Perhaps over the next week here to very likely be hit. We look on the daily and we do see that volatility is continuing to increase. It is getting up there, yes, but I expect on this run you probably do get somewhere between 95 and 100 percentile. So that would imply, another grind up towards new highs. Daily Jewel just got I wouldn't say it's a fresh signal. This one was initiated 2 days ago on the 23rd, but still good and likely looking for continuation. Same thing on daily RSI. At some point, we will be making some bearish divergence based off this last high from 30th of October, but for right now, it's still continuation. We do not have a local high in. Even the 4-hour time frame is trending right now as well, so I'm bullish on all time frames here. Invalidated on a 4-hour below about 4.5 or 460. Invalidated on a daily below 360. Until those happen, I'm short-term and long-term bullish on this one. I imagine momentum oscillators over here are still looking generally good as well, so let's just go check them out. 4-hour stokes are still vertical above 560. So short term, I don't think that you have too much more to go here before you get a little bit of a short term pullback, but that's completely fine. Daily still up as long as above 540 or so, and weekly is freshly up above $3, which is looking really, really good for the long term. I expect that again, this one has some more new highs to go before a greater pullback. I mean, even the monthlies, we got 6 days left in the trading month to go, and this is continuation, so probably very likely new ultimates even in December as well. Very, very good chart, among the best charts in cryptocurrency land. Weekly Jewel is getting way the fuck up there, but fair enough. Get send it a little bit more. Be aware of where the invalidation points are for short-term and long-term bullishness, but for right now, very, very good, and hopefully that's helpful for Decentraland. Nice one. Ramon Orencio says, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, sir. Mind checking out CGG. Yes, so someone brought this up like 2 or 3 days ago, and it was really good, actually. Curious where this one is at now, and still looking pretty damn good here. But, yeah, we actually did validate the... No, yes, we did validate the continuation condition, so ever so slightly right there. I think this one's just, just having a little bit of a pullback into a higher low on a low time frame. I think that's what we're getting right here, 4-hour time frame. I remain short-term and long-term bullish on this one as long as above 167. I'm actually looking for this one to take a leg up, actually, probably within the next few days here. Next targeted region would be somewhere around about $3 or so. Daily closure above there, and this one probably gets sent long-term. So again, volatility continues to expand off the ever-loving lows. Daily RSI, very, very good over here as well. So I think it's just taking a little bit more time, but be aware of where the invalidations are. I'm curious if this is maybe suggesting something different over here or if it supports that picture. Well, weekly is not helpful, too young. Daily is still up as long as above 162. Okay, good, but I would like to see some a little bit more. 2 days up above 162 as well. Okay. Yeah, I would still be looking at this one as more likely to continue than not. 4 hour says continuation confirmed above 217 or 218, 217 and a half. Again, a lot more good things here than bad things. If this one does correct further, I'd just be looking for targets down to 150, and I actually still would not be anything long-term bearish on this one. Long-term bearishness happens below about 117, which we're still very far away from. I think this is kind of just your first pullback after testing around prior time highs, so that is completely fine, at least for right now. Echo ZN, we already got Gala and recorded it, so I think we are good there. Mr. Sebastian, there he is. T-Doc. Okay, T-Doc. And happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. T-Doc. Okay, we got some stocks here. Teladoc Health. All right. Holy fuck. Sir. Sir, this one seems to need its own fucking doctor is what it looks like to me. It did kind of come back down and fill that wick over there. Do you get a pity bounce here or not? Looks like you might get a little bit of a pity bounce here. It really wouldn't take too much to get a pity bounce here, man. Really wouldn't take too much. But I'm not getting divergences just yet. Any pity bounce that fails to get back above, especially 140, is just that before further continuation of the downside. I do think that this one has more downside to go long term, down to about $88 to $90 over the next few months. We've certainly already played out the hidden bearish divergence right there on the weekly. That was a pretty big move. Yeah, not great, man. Not great. I'm a lot more inclined to say, look, this one might have a pity bounce back up to like 120 if it's lucky, short term. However, long term, I feel a lot more confident about continuation down somewhere around like the mid to upper 80s probably. That is, maybe like a couple months away, but this is like a market top right here. Bearish divergence on a monthly, BBWP hitting extremes. Now you're seeing volatility increase on a downside break. It's not good, man. It's not good. I'd only be bullish on this thing long term, like macro back above 175. Until then, it's just nasty, man. Really, really nasty. But yeah, short term, does it want to have a bounce back up to like 117 to maybe even 120? It's definitely possible. I feel a lot more confident about the long term on this one. Yeah, not great right there, man. Not great. Jack Van Moss says, hi from Edson. What's up, man? Sand is high on something and I want some too. Short and medium term timeframes. Yep, we already got that one, I believe. And I think I was looking for, again, continuation, but holy shit. Yeah, this one is getting very, very close. Yeah, the 4 hour still continuation. I think the next targets that I had were like $9 or $10. You can scroll back to the beginning of the stream as someone already asked about it, and we did a much more in-depth analysis on it. Rishab says, could you check out PBR on the hourly if there's enough data, maybe the 4 hour as well? Sure, we can try. Polka Bridge, okay. I think hourly is going to be probably more usable here. Not great. I really would avoid something like this because it's not one of like the obvious bullish altcoins, and if anything, it's a little more downside angled here. But I can tell you where I'd switch my opinion on it back above 313. Until then, this thing is sideways at best and probably looking for another retest of range lows at 230 to 2.25. I wouldn't necessarily like call a new downtrending move on this one, but I also certainly would not call a low right here since we're just not getting anything. It's looking too hot. Buy hourly. I think at best this thing is just ranging long term between about low 2 and low 3, and above 3 get excited. Below 2, send it to the depths of the ethery hells right there. Not great. Zeko says, hey man, what's up, man? Can you check out NACA? Sure, daily and 4 hour. All right, I think we've looked at this one at a prior date. Nakamoto Games. Okay. Actually, that's a decent amount of history right there. Not bad. Okay, cool. Well, at least it's better than the last one, I guess. Short term, are you still ranging here, or is this an actual breakout? No, it's not a daily breakout, but it is a short term breakout, but that's probably not what you're looking at. Oh yeah, you want a 4 hour. However, the 4 hour would have hit the target, which would have been right here based off your prior highs. In this case, I actually do think that this one's going to end up being okay, but I do think that you have a little bit of short-term downside. At minimum, back down to about 375, probably another bounce implied somewhere right around there. 4 hour has a bit of a head and shoulders going on right there too, and I imagine the technical target might be around where I'm looking for, perhaps something like this. Sorry, that actually be much further down, around $3. So I do think that this one is ranging here and probably is going to end up being okay, I would suspect, but hey, what's up, OG42? I remember that name. Anyways, long term, we're to get excited about it above $5.50 on a daily. I'd be looking for retest of prior all-time highs on a wick basis, and very likely just trends toward new all-time highs. Until then, I think that this one's trading sideways and down here, but I'm not long-term bearish on this one. To be 100% clear, I just think that you come back down and fill out this space and spend some more time going sideways within this range. I can tell you where I get very bearish on it though, below 235. Very, very bad. Until then, it's okay, just short-term sideways and down here. Just depends how kind of long-term you are there. Anyways, hey, what's up, Santana? Yo, Krown, can you take a look at Mona coin versus the yen? Okay. Oh, I didn't know that you were Japanese. All right, Mona JP1. All right, on Flyer. I actually used to watch Japanese markets a lot more. Pretty good here, actually. Pretty good. Breaking back above your prior accumulation ranges. I guess. Yeah. This would actually mark that off as such. Technically not there just yet, but this one very likely does push through. Look, you got hidden bullish evidence right here. You're already right at that region. It is being done on volume right now. I expect that this one's just a bit of a, it just probably takes some time. 4 hour Jewel even has like pretty much a perfect buy signal a couple of dildos ago, so that ain't necessarily bad. I'd still want to see like an actual closure above about 205, and then yes, I'd be looking for a retest of your prior major wick highs coming in from, I'm guessing this is September. It is September, somewhere around 245. Starts to look a lot better long term above basically that same level, but probably going to take its time right there. Personally speaking, I do think that it will push through at minimum to the 245 level, perhaps in the next couple of weeks. But what does the weekly look like, by the way? Yeah, the weekly is going to very likely put in a bullish engulfing right here. If that happens, I'd probably be a lot more long-term bullish, looking for it to reclaim somewhere around like May highs long-term. Cool. Panda Fist says, your sandbox call on Elio got invalidated. Do you have another buy zone for us, or is it too overheated to get in? For me, that would be way too overheated to get in. And I would not treat the, okay, so let me just go back to sand over here. Well, hold on. Actually, no, that is not the proper interpretation of what I said. Now, look, I can be wrong all the time, no doubt about that, but I will call myself out when I am wrong myself. And yesterday, the invalidation of further continuation, or sorry, the validation of a downside move and consolidation lower was going to be had with a 4 hour closure below 5.25. We did not get that, so there's no validation of a local high being put in to begin with, and this one is just continuation on to the next set of targets. So we've already spoken about this earlier, probably somewhere around $9 or so. At that point, I mean, again, this is like a personal question. Would I get into this thing? No, I wouldn't even get into this thing to begin with, because I don't trade altcoins. But this one's way too, would be way too up for me, right? Just based off of volatility over here. It's like, yeah, you might have another move to the upside, like 9.5, maybe even $10. In fact, it probably does get there over time regardless. But would I take that short-term trade knowing the risk on this one? Because right now it's like, what are you going to be risking in order to know that you're going to be wrong on this one? Well, below 660. To me, that's way too much on an $8.25 number for like a $1 or $1.50 gain. My potential risk is $2. Fuck that. I wouldn't be. You don't chase them like this. You want to be getting into this thing when we called it out way back on over here. This is where you get into it, not over here, in my opinion. It's just way more risk, because you might end up being right on your direction, but you'll get taken out of your position, or you might have to eat some sort of a what's called a drawdown for who knows how long. So for me, that is not acceptable as a trader. Yakaroni L Yak says, hey Gene, looking for the sell point for the week ahead on Altura ALU. No idea what your strategy, again, man, if you're going to ask very direct questions like this, you have to understand, off of a one sentence on, is this what you want to look at? Altium? Was it Altium? Altura, okay. Where the fuck is Altura? Altura? Where is it? Oh, god damn it, it's a crypto. Motherfucker. Okay, look, if you're going to ask very direct questions like this, first off, there ain't a fucking weekly here, unfortunately. And second off, look, I have no idea what your strategies are, man. I don't know if you're just trying to scalp on like a daily. I don't know if you're trying to scalp on an hourly. I don't know if you're looking to trend trade over a long period of time. No fucking idea, man. Zero clue at all, especially based off of a very incomplete sentence on YouTube, man. So be careful with asking those questions. The reason why I kind of harp on that is not because like I'm too concerned about it. It's because at some point you're probably going to ask someone on the internet because you want an answer, and they're going to give you an answer, and there's no way that they can know what's right for you, because you just can't know off of a question like that. We need to have like a conversation for a long time. But where would I be looking to sell this thing in the next week? I have no fucking idea. Look, if I'm trading ranges right here, I sell whatever this area is right here. Your spike high from 21st of November. If I'm range trading or just scalping, I'll do that, no problem. If I'm already long from down here and I'm looking to trade the trend, then perhaps I sell around your prior highs. I don't know. I have no idea. And this one has very, very limited history here to begin with. It's just not very useful. I mean, at best, this thing, who's to even say that this thing even moves to the upside in the next week? I mean, it probably does. But this thing could just easily go sideways here, and I'd be bearish below, 420 or whatever this number is right here. I don't know what the right thing is to do for you, man. Only you can know what's right for you because you know yourself best. You know your trading preferences and your strategies and whatnot. I can just say that, hey, if I'm trading ranges, I'm looking to sell the range highs. If I'm trading trends and I'm already long, then perhaps I sell the prior all-time highs. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe you're looking to hold it for forever. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. Anyways, Peaceful says, Ethereum daily and weekly. Sure, man. Yeah, we haven't even looked at Ethereum today. Man, no one even asked about Ethereum anymore. That is so interesting. Ethereum used to be the darling of the market. Now it's like no one could even care. Oh, well, fair enough, man. Also, when Krown TA sale is over, whenever the end of the month is. So what is that? Next Tuesday. So there's no rush. And again, never FOMO into any of the programs or products that we offer. Look, watch the videos, make sure that they're like actually applicable for you. And ask a question if you're unsure as well. Just ask a question because it's more than likely that if you're on the fence, it's probably not a good fit, and that's like a good rule of thumb to go through in my experience with it. Anyways, let's record this one for Ethereum, or did I record one on Ethereum? Well, whatever, we can do it for this one as well. Here we have Ethereum versus the dollar, and we see yet another higher low in a series of 1, 2, 3 higher lows. Now, to be fair, we do have a couple lower highs right here as well, but Ethereum has a chance to actually flip the trend, and rather soon here too. With any sort of a 4-hour closure back above 4,400 especially, it will do that. If you want to be a little more conservative, then back above 4,433 would certainly do it as well, and would be looking for a nice move up somewhere around 4,600. Yeah, somewhere around 4,600, and that's going to make the daily actually start to look pretty damn good here as well. Yeah, we do have another drive of hidden bullish evidence, so multiple drives of hidden bullish evidence come off this last low, and all this correction is coming on declining volatility as well. I actually don't hate this, man. I'd be bearish short term below 42.10, looking for another retest of your current lows at about 40.50, maybe even all the way down to 4,000 even. And I'd be very bearish on the daily with a break below 4,000, looking for big moves down to 3,600 minimum, probably more like 3,400 over time. But for right now, it looks like it's going to have a chance, probably alongside Bitcoin as well, I imagine. Ethereum over here, we see 4-hour stocks are freshly up above 4,300. Good, okay, but needs to essentially continue on basically today. 12 hours up as long as above 40.80. Great. Daily is freshly up above 43.38. Okay, so it does need continuation today. Otherwise, otherwise the bear laws take over, I guess, and you probably get another test back down to like 4,100 minimum or 4,000 more likely. You know, how are we looking like on the weekly here? It's okay. It's not super terrible nor super bad. 5-day looks a lot better actually, and the 5-day gives me a lot more hopium for Bitcoin as well. In fact, very interesting right there. I'd still be looking at the ranges, but you do have a potential bear trap situation going on right here that can be confirmed probably today if it's going to happen, maybe at latest tomorrow, Friday. Even the 4-hour jewel is about to swing around for another decent signal right here, supported by DMI, so I do like that. Hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for Ethereum, sir. Cool. Let's see. BK says CVX versus Ethereum. Okay, so this is convex CVX, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, convex token on Sushi Swap, and have a little bit of a breakout right there now, don't we? Just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Yeah, I remember we looked at this one the other day. We had hidden bullish evidence right here. Actually, I'm going to write this one down. Maybe this one deserves a little bit of interest as well. Okay. We got hidden bullish evidence on this last low right here. I think I'd be looking for extension somewhere around about 7.5 million or 75 million, whatever it is. Somewhere around, let me just, do I already have it in? I do already have it in. Yes, somewhere around your range highs right here. A break above there, or sorry, a daily closure above there. And I would say that this one's ready to retest all-time highs and probably make, you know, a new all-time high trending move after that. 5-day. Looks weird, but you know, it is an altcoin after all, and that's probably fine. Short term, however, do I think that it trades a little bit further south? Maybe comes back down and fills around 0.0615, perhaps yes, but I don't really see a reason to be long-term bearish on this thing as long as you are, especially above basically your last higher low right here. Below there, yeah, send it back down to 362 or whatever this area is over here. Until then, pretty damn good. And I do respect the upside a lot more than the downside on that one on the daily specifically. Cool. Let's see. Alexandru Pratt says, good morning, sir. Good morning to you as well, man. And all good, man. That's cool to hear. That's really cool to hear. Please take a look at Pol C 4-hour and daily. Okay. Is this Polka City? So what are they doing with this thing is my question. Like, are they trying to make an actual city? It's actually pretty good here. Maybe write this one down as well. Man, I guess this truly is like an altcoin season time. Okay, so again, we see declining volatility the whole way through on this correction right here. What happens after that? Well, we're retesting the range highs, so that's typically a good thing. Now, is it ready to break through? If we do see volatility start to expand a little bit more, which it's almost there alongside a closure above 230, yeah, I would say so. And this one's going to go on for, yeah, it's already at all-time highs, so might as well go for a blue sky breakout. And we can probably have some pretty interesting targets. Short term would be about a 306 target. Long term, probably looking at $4, you know, a couple weeks after validation of that breakout condition. 4-hour time frame, are we ready to break out like right now? No, I don't think so. We are getting a little bit of divergence right there, so I do think that this one does still range for a little bit longer. It's close, it's very, very close, but I do think that it ranges a little bit longer. Short term, a little more likely to go sideways and down, maybe back down to like 180 or 175. Again, I'm not bearish on this thing as long as it's above 140, but I don't necessarily think that it's ready exactly from right here. I could be wrong on that. Again, that's why we do look at 230 in this case, but yeah, I mean, fine. You know, how long has it been around? Since May. Okay, better than a lot of the other ones we've seen today, but yeah, pretty constructive right here, so got to respect that. Not bad. Let's see. Alonzo Vega says VLX, no time frames given, no nothing given, but that's all right, man. We're just going to roll with it, baby. We are just going to roll with it on Velos, on Kcoin, and we have a nothing chart. So that's why you didn't include any time frames. It's only been around for like a week. Wow, looks awful. Looks really, really bad. Really, really shitty. Really fucking awful. Nothing bullish about this thing as long as you're below about 47 cent. Until then, do you get another pity bounce off of your prior all-time lows? I guess. You know, you typically bounce around that region just because, but that doesn't mean it's a reversal. Reversal is had above 47 cents, and until then, you know, could it put in a rally back up to 44 or 45? Perhaps yes, but anything below 47 cents is not good. And wow, very uneventful chart right there. I don't know. Then again, watch it just green dild on my face, something like this, just right above that region, target your prior range highs. But really not much history here, man. So I don't think that I have like I don't think that I have a good idea or worthy opinion of this one to begin with. But if I'm just looking at this on an hourly, which really doesn't count for much, it's not great. Getting a pity bounce right there, as you would expect. Bamer says, morning, bruh. Metaverse coins are still on fire. I know, man. It is kind of crazy. Why do you get up at 5 a.m.? Just wondering the thoughts behind it. I don't know, man. I think I'm just like a morning person. I enjoy having my mornings open and getting like most of the things done. So these streams are at about 8 a.m. my time. Before that, you know, I do a little bit of journaling, do a little bit of meditation, do a little bit of listening and reading to things that I think are like interesting and hopefully useful. And I feel like those are my most productive hours in the morning. And then as the day kind of drags on, it gets less and less so. So I try to make the most out of that. I understand that that's not for some people. Some people do really, really well in the evenings. So, you know, that's just what works for me. So obviously do whatever works for you, but I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it. So, you know, that's all that it comes down to. The real G squared. Hey, thanks for that, man. Nice emoticon right there. Mr. Dr. Roxo says CRO daily weekly. I believe we called a high on this one yesterday. Let's see if it's obeying. It is obeying, but it is obeying, but it's probably gonna try another short-term upside move here. Yeah, this is still okay long term. Let me actually go to Bittrex. That should have the better chart. There we go. Okay. I'd feel very comfortable and confident to call a daily high with any sort of a daily closure below 81.5 cents today. If that happens, I'm looking for this one to work its way sideways and down towards 60 cents over the following weeks there. But still pretty good here. And short term, it probably does get another bouncy bounce here, probably back up towards about 90 cents or so. Where would I invalidate this one and just say send it up to fucking what's even the next target here? I don't know. send it to heaven, baby. Send it to like 110 or Jesus Christ, 120. I guess on a closure on new highs above $1, I suppose that's what I'd be looking for. But I do think this one's a lot more likely to correct a little bit here. Again, correction is not a bad thing. It's just, you know, things had a pretty fucking phenomenal run. Like look at all these drafts of bearish divergence on your 4-hour, your daily. It's going to be building it here today as well. Again, any sort of a closure below yesterday's low, you're going to see extremes on volatility. You're going to see bearish divergence on a daily. It's just it's a lot more likely to do that than not. I do feel like right now. Let's see it over here, just out of curiosity. Crypto.com. Daily turns down below 86 cents. We're pretty much there right now, but need to see a closure below. I think this one's a lot more likely to trade some sideways and down from here. Again, probably long term still has some new all-time highs. I mean, look at the monthly. Like, that's not bearish by any stretch of the imagination, but probably would be looking for this one to maybe consolidate a little bit into early December. Long term, very good though. Very, very good right there. KDA, I think we did Cadena. Did we do Cadena? Yeah, we did. I remember this one. Still ranging at best. You know, do you get another pity bounce off of like $15.50? Probably yes, but any sort of break below there, even on a 4-hour closure, I look for the first like major correction down to 12.30 to 12.25 before the next daily bounce. I'm just not bullish on this thing. Looking for like new ultimate as long as you're below $23.50 on a closing basis. Fair enough. Yeah, there's not really much of a monthly on this one, I don't think. Or actually, maybe there is. There's a decent amount of history here. Yeah, I can't really populate much here. It's good. I mean, it's good long term, but can it play out a correction into December? Probably yes, and still be long term good, I suppose. Peter Lackstrom says Merit Circle weekly. Okay. Merit. Okay, so this. All right. Sir, you're asking for a weekly, and it's not even been around for a month, so that's not going to work. It's good here on the daily. Not that there's even barely a daily to analyze. Maybe a 4-hour. 4-hour is good as well. Actually, 4 hours pretty damn good here. Merit Circle. What the hell is this thing? What actually is this thing for real? I really have no reason to be bearish on it as long as you're above 0.002. But talking about a weekly, I have no fucking idea, man. There's barely even a weekly there. But I would be looking for new ultimate or at least a retest of your prior wick highs at like 0.00274 or 275 or so. It's pretty good there on a 4-hour for what it's worth. Mr. Alonzo Vega, XRP. Oh man, you asked for it, not me. You asked for it. Look, here's the thing. Whatever Bitcoin does, XRP is going to follow. But if Bitcoin moves to the upside, it's probably not going to follow as much. And if Bitcoin moves to the downside, this one is going to outperform to the downside. Look, what are we doing right here? It's kind of like the dance of death that Matic was doing, but Matic pulled through. Does Ripple pull through as well? Well, I would call a full-on breakdown with any sort of a daily closure below $1, below $1 even. I'm looking for minimum moves to 95 cents and probably long term somewhere around mid 80s. Until then, you know, is it more likely to bounce here alongside the rest of the market? Most of this market is. We do have bullish divergence on lower term time frames, so I'm inclined to say, hey, bounce first, regardless of whether you're bullish bearish, probably back up to 107, maybe as much as 110, and then watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets above, what was it, like 59.5, then I call a bear trap back up somewhere around. On this one's gonna be like 118, 119 or so. It would look good after that. And to be fair, this one probably does pull through long term. Like I don't think Ripple's gonna not follow the rest of the market. It's a laggard. It's not as interesting as the things that are moving right now. So it is relatively weak. But you know, the question to me is, do we put in a local low here at $1, or do we come all the way down to 85 cents? If Bitcoin shows any weakness, 85 cents it is, sir. Or at least, but you know, for what it's worth, as long as Bitcoin just doesn't shit the bed, this one's going to be probably okay. Cool. Green Machine says, thanks for the link long term. No problem, man. No problem. Hopefully that was helpful, sir. Rishab says, YouTube won't let me type the ticker, but Merit Circle. Yep, we got it. So all good there. Was actually that? Oh, there's 2 different people asking for Merit Circle. Man, I'm wondering, so how do you guys get these altcoins? Do you guys like just spend all your time perusing like CoinGecko or something? Or is there like some sort of special YouTuber that's giving these ones out? Because these are completely new for me, but it seems like it's, you know, a decent amount of the community knows about them, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm just curious where like the collective... Oh my God, it's already 2 hours? What the hell? Yeah, okay, so we are going to shut off the Twitter shills, Telegram and Twitter shills. Yeah, we are going to shut off the what's it called? The super chats after this moment right here. So we'll do all the ones that were submitted before this moment right here. I'm waiting for Elsa to post the message. Come on. Where is it? Oh, I think it's just taking time. There we go. YouTuber shills. So it seems like Twitter, YouTube, and Telegram shills are the best place to get them. Interesting, man. Interesting. Hey, what's up, Ibrahim? Good morning to you, man. Good morning to you. All right, sweet. Discords and alpha channels is where we find all these alts, says Alexandru. Interesting, man. So I guess I just don't really have too much exposure to this, but this is my exposure to it, basically. It's cool. Anyways, let's see. Chris says, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, sir. Can we take a look at alpha 4-hour and daily? Yes. Okay, symbol A. I'm guessing it's just this. And it is a crypto after all, so there we go. This one looks like it's trading a lot more with Bitcoin, not in the relatively strong camp right here. I would call a bear trap with a daily back above $1, looking for big moves up towards 110 to maybe even 115. Until then, definitely a laggard, definitely relatively weak, but you know, do I expect something like this to break down when I'm probably looking for a bounce here on Bitcoin? No, right? I would only call it a breakdown on this one with a 4-hour closure below 87 cents. If that were to happen, yeah, looking for nasty moves down towards basically upper 70s at that point. Anyways, not the most interesting chart right there. I really don't think you have too much to get excited about, especially as long as you're below 130 long term. Yeah, not the best one right there, short term at least. Hey, what's up, Brad? 842. Welcome to the cave as well, sir. Captain Leonard or Leonard. Hey man, can you check out CSPR USD on the daily? Yes, CSPR. Okay, this is Casper Labs. All right. I think the last time someone asked me about this, I looked at Casper, the sleep company. I think it's okay here. You know, it looks like it's turning the corner in this case. It's very, very close to a major breakout above about 18 cents on a daily. So any sort of a daily closure above 18 cents, I would be looking for a move towards 23. I think we looked at this one. Yeah, we have looked at this one. Short term is more corrective than not. Do we get another move to the downside? It actually does look like it might be putting another higher low right there. And we do have lower lows on RSI already. So it probably does. Just want to see it have a 4-hour closure back above 16 and a quarter. And then, yeah, I'd be looking for a retest of your 18 cent region, daily closure above there, then send it invalidation actually below about 14. As long as you're above there, still generally good long term, it looks like. Want to suck your dick says, hey, Krown. Hello. Can you do any outlook on GM? Okay, so I'm guessing you're not talking about General Motors. You're talking about GM. Oh, this is the... Okay, so this is like the new meme token on OKX. Is there a... okay... is there a passable bounce is what you're looking for? Well, a lot of the times you will get a pity bounce just by testing your prior all-time lows. Now, this really hasn't been around for too long, so, you know, how much do you put faith in that? Probably not much, but still, you know, do we have bullish divergence off the lows? Yes, we do. So I'm probably looking for a short-term move up to 46,000. Above there, I'd probably extend the move a little bit more towards 53.5, but long-term, not that there's really a long-term on this, can't really get excited about this thing as long as you're below this last little rejective high at about 67.8 or so. But if the question is simply just like, is it looking for a bounce? Probably yes, invalidated below 34, even on an hourly closure there. Let's see, winning choice, 87 says, hello, sir, IOI, okay. IOI, USD, on Kcoin, good. Whatever the fuck this thing is. Let's go to a daily. Yep. Breaking out right here, volume increasing, already retested the breakout, continuation. This one's trending on a daily, trending on a 4-hour. 4-hour comes into an issue below about 410. But until then, this one's just sideways and up, and more up than sideways actually from here. Let's see where the next areas of interest are. 610, 611. I'd be looking for maybe a very short-term pullback. Long-term, you know, weeks down the road, probably looking at $8.50 to $10. Yeah, not bad. Not bad on that thing. A lot of altcoins look like that. Those are the relatively strong ones. The relatively weak ones are the ones that are not doing that. Cool. Zach writes, says, good day, sir. LRC won a date. Yep, we got that one earlier. I even recorded it, so I'll actually post a video on it a little bit later. But from what I recall, it was good. It was good. Meeker's Adventures A says, can you see if AMP has shit the bed or will it go up? Will go up or shit bed? Have we shit the bed or are we go up? No, I wouldn't say it's certainly not shit the bed. Shit the bed is below 4 cents. Until then, this one's grinding up against your range highs, which is a lot better of a sign than not. I don't necessarily think it's like ready right now, you know, to break out to new to break above your range highs, but I would put the probabilities on a break of your range highs rather than a failure here. I just want to see a daily closure above 7.7 cents. So no, I don't think it's shit the bed. Shit the bed is way down here, and even then, like, you're gonna have a much earlier alarm of bed being shat below about 4.75 cent right here, just this last higher low. Until then, I'm actually looking for this one to trade, you know, a little bit sideways here and then probably give another try to the upside. It's okay. It's okay. Salvaged itself at a good time there too. Josh Jacobs says, hi, or nigh, how, bow. What? Bow. Okay. Bow. 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 Bow token. Wow, well, this one generally trends towards down. Bow down. Bow, oh, I get it. Bow down to my shitcoin. Do we have a long-term? No. Something like this. Yeah, you're kind of about that next trend line right there. I guess if I'm trying to pick highs right here, I'm getting pretty damn close to it. just below 2,000. You do see extremes over here on daily. Daily RSI it doesn't have divergence, but pretty fucking high right there. Actually would have some divergence if it does put in a high right here. Yeah, I actually still remain long-term bearish on this. Looking for pretty much a lower high, like basically below 2,000. As long as you're below 2,000 especially, it's just that, just another lower high. So above about 2,000 or 2,100 on a daily, this one probably does actually break out for the long term. But until then, I'm not inclined to call a reversal on something that's pretty much only gone down for its entire history on a daily. Alpha Official says, can you do tomb shares? Okay, T-share. All right, what is this? T-share. Okay. What is this? What the fuck? I'm looking at T-share versus tomb. What the fuck? It is a breakout here. Don't know what the hell this thing is or what it's being charted against, but we have two altcoins charted against each other. The T-share altcoin is stronger than the tomb altcoin, and actually just had a fresh breakout right here and probably going to go for a nice big trending move, at least towards 78.70. But I don't know if that's actually going to be on Spooky Swap. The fuck? The fuck? Where did you find this, man? Spooky Swap? We got Honey Swap, Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap, Uni Swap, Spooky Swap. What will they think of next? Jignesh says, Meatball Swap. I would actually be surprised if they don't have a Meatball Swap or a Pizza Swap. Oh man, how have people not thought of this Pizza Swap yet? Hey Krown, can you please look at Atlas? Yeah, I remember this one was actually good yesterday, if I recall properly. Let's double check. Green cream pie swap. Yeah, this one's still pretty damn good here today too. I'm actually gonna write this one down. I like kind of following up on these ones just to see if they actually pull through, and this one is. Okay, so you have a break above your prior highs, and this one's pretty much at all-time highs. I just want to see, I'd be looking for a little bit of short-term continuation here to like 232, 23.25 cent. I'd be looking for a little bit of a short-term pullback there, and then very likely long-term continuation. This is really, really good right here. It is really fucking good right here. Short-term invalidation below about 18 cents. Until then, this thing is short-term up, volatility up on a daily. I think this one probably even guns for New-time highs like on this move. This is really, really good. Really, really good on a daily. It's probably looking at the next like week or two. Robert says, medically, never gym in the morning. Really? Our blood pressure is 29% higher. Really? I've actually tested. I actually have a blood pressure machine, and I do test mine in the morning, and it's actually rather low. My pulse is fucking deadly low, man. My pulse gets down to like 50 sometimes. It's kind of crazy. You risk heart attack. Oh shit. Also, afternoon gym, you get about 1/3 more benefit. Interesting. As the body is in a low blood pressure and cortisol level. I do know the cortisol thing is definitely true. And you are, I believe, a medical expert, so perhaps I'll just defer to you anyways. But yeah, I've been going in the afternoon recently, and my lifts are better. So I think there's definitely something to it. Vince says Ethereum USD. We already got that one and reported it, so we'll put it up a little bit later. Fatty? Hopefully, I don't mean that as like fatty, but like fatty. Hey, sir, can we have some TA on CHC over a day chart? As I'm a bit hesitant so far, not spotting that much of volume. However, I could be wrong though. Volume is not, honestly, volume becomes a lot of, well, I'll say something kind of nasty here. Volume is in a lot of ways a meme here. So if you're looking at this, volume is context dependent. So volume does matter, but people always leave this part out of it. It's like it needs to be context dependent. People generally think like high volume equals good, low volume equals bad. No, it has nothing fucking to do with it. It's context dependent. What do we see right here? We see declining volume. And what is this? A consolidation. That's exactly what you expect to see in the format of a higher low as well. So this is actually, generally good. It's just you haven't really got the breakout yet, man. The breakout is above 56 cent on a daily. And then, yes, I'd be looking for, at minimum, a retest of 67 cent and probably guns for your prior wick highs after that, up to 88 or 90 cents. This is actually quite good. In fact, I'm going to write this one down as well because this one's really fucking good. I'd be bearish on this one easily below 42 cents. Until then, good. Very, very good. No issues with something like this. Short term, just consolidating here. I don't know how much longer it has to consolidate, but that's fine. That's fine, man. Jack, there he is. My fucking man. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, sir. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Let's look at Ethereum Bitcoin for Jack. He didn't even ask for it, but you know what? You're getting it with you, whether you like it or not, Jack. And same thing over here, man. Still bullish on this thing. Still looking for a general move back up to your prior range. Has at 7.8 million Satoshis. Short term, do you see another test down to like 7.335, 7.37? Perhaps yes, not a big deal right there. Bullish on this thing as long as you're above 7.25 million Satoshis. Mr. Almasari says PLA play dApp 4 hour and daily. Okay, PLA. What dis? New chart. What dis? Don't know. This one's too new, man. Yeah, I don't have an opinion on this one, man. It's too new. Maybe Bittrex has a chart. Can't even load a chart. Okay, this looks extra weird. Okay, if I'm looking at this chart, this is actually in the initial format of a breakout here. Okay, what the hell? Yeah. Breakout is validated as long as you're above 63, whatever this area is right here. Looking for moves back around your prior range highs at 0.01, or is that 1 cent? That is 1 cent. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know if that's the right chart. That's on Bittrex, and the other one did not look proper. Mayor says Luna BTC 6 hour and daily charts, please. Just subscribe to your channel, and it's definitely a game changer. Thanks, man. That's awesome. Your stream helps me sleep tight in Pacific Standard Time. Sweet. I'm glad it can be of some service to you, sir. Sure. Lunar BTC. Let's see what this one's looking like too. Still grinding up against its highs. You asked about a 6 hour specifically and a daily. Interesting. Oh, I don't even have a chart for this one. Okay. Well, there's your range lows. Where's your range highs? Right here. You know, I suppose I do look at this one as very, very good as long as you just hold above the range lows. But is this one ready to, you know, make a move either way just yet anytime soon? Probably not. No, I think that this one's just, I mean, it's literally in the middle of this range, completely unhelpful. I do understand we do have a little bit of bullish evidence come off that last low. So I guess if I had to call it right now, I'd look for a short-term move to the upside, but that does not imply a break at the top side of your range, nor bottom side of nor the bottom side of your range. I think that this one spends a long time going sideways into here and above 86.29 Satoshis. Great. Probably looking for, well, certainly no ultimate in this case. Below 5,600 Satoshis, very bad. Looking for big moves down to 4,000 in this case, but I don't think this one's moving anytime soon. Just ranging here with maybe a short-term upside move. Even then, I mean, it's actually short-term downtrend right here. So while it is showing a little bit of momentum to the upside in the short term, you know, probably gets arrested maybe around 73 or so, but that's probably not what you're looking for. I think you're probably looking for the ranges in that case. Still going to be a while. Damn, I said LRC also. Can you do VET instead for me, says Zach? Sure, man. VET. Sure, man. Daily. Oh, this one actually looks like it might break down. This is for Zach. Zach, right? Yeah. Yes, I see. Let's see. Do we have any? I'm inclined to say this one's more likely to bounce from here, probably back up to 13.5 cent. But this one does look pretty weak right here, to be fair. Not gonna lie, it's 5 days not too hot right there as well. It really would not be asking for too much to get this thing down to like 10 cents, but I should be looking for a short-term bounce here. If Bitcoin shows any weakness, this thing's gonna go down to 10 cents. I think the weekly is a lot more likely to go down to 10 cents, to be honest with you. Anyways, H2O says KAI 4 hour and daily, please. Sure. KAI. Cardia chain. Okay. Actually, fucking good. What the hell? KAI, huh? Retesting your prior all-time highs. Very likely has a little bit of a short-term pullback here. Perhaps you've actually already gotten that right there. This one's trending right now, man. It's good. It's good. I'm bullish on this thing, especially as long as you're above 12.25. And yep, daily RSI back in the bullish control zone. Volatility expanding above 50 percentile. I think this one's actually just getting going. Probably looking at short-term move towards 15.5 cent and a bit of a pullback there on, you know, over the next week or so here. And then long-term, well, I'd want to see it really close above that region, but long-term could be looking at a much more impressive move in validation again below 12.25. Alpha Fish said just realized you look like Stanley Tuccy from Hunger Games. Who is that? Let's see. Stanley Tuccy. All right. Am I going to hate myself? Sir, he does not have hair. He does not have hair, sir. But fair enough. What? Did I? Yes, I just did Kai. Sir, are you listening? X3 says, can you take a look at TLM on weekly, daily, and 4 hours? Sure. TLM. Alien Worlds. Okay. Pretty fucking good. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell? What is actually going on today? What is this shit? Breaks above your macro range highs right here at 30, basically 40 cents. I'm bullish, basically for a retest of your prior highs at 69 to 80 cents. Probably the next couple of weeks here. This is pretty good. Pretty damn good right there, man. Weekly is probably what you want to be watching on this one. Yeah, I'm probably looking for a move towards 70 cents on a weekly. 4 hour, just continuation. In validation below 40 cents, but looking good. Looking good, sir. What's up, Cecilia? Good morning to you. I'm not sure if you looked at CRV. No, we have not looked at CRV BTC. We have looked at it versus the dollar, but we can do it versus Bitcoin for you. 4-hour dailies and possible entry points. Again, I don't know what your strategies are here. I do think that you just had a major breakout right there, and your risk on any sort of a trade right here, if you're trading the daily trend, is about 9,000 or 8,500 satoshis. As long as you're above there, I'm looking for this thing to make big moves up towards 13 to 14,000 actually. There will be stocks along the way, obviously. If you're looking at a 4-hour, it's trending right now as well. I don't know about entry points because, again, I don't know what sort of a strategy you're trading, but this one's trending all the time frame. So I'm looking sideways and up from there. Just be aware of the invalidation point, and that's if either that's acceptable risk for you or not. So it's the only way to really look at it, in my opinion. Yep, we already looked at Merit as well, and I recorded one on that, so we are good there, ma'am. Charlie Pip says XRP USD 2-hour, and we already looked at XRP. Hoji42, hey Krown, loving the hairstyle. Thanks, man. Approaching full sideshow, Bob, my man. Jack has a new one. Okay, IMX, immutable derp token, and it's pretty good. Actually, another fucking good altcoin. What the hell? Oh, that's an hourly. But actually, the 4 hours even better here. Breaking a new all-time highs. In this case, you do have an ascending triangle, right? And you have an ascending triangle pretty much at your all-time highs, anyways. So something like that. Let's see, $7 versus 7 versus 9, essentially. So probably looking at I don't know, move somewhere just around $10.5 to $11 or so. Pretty damn good on this one. On a 4 hour, that is. It's rather new, but I don't really have a reason to invalidate this one as long as you're above about 8.25. Pretty good. Let's see. Mr. John Jude says block USD on KuCoin. Okay. I think we looked at this one a while ago and it was pretty good as well. Like everything's fucking good. Oh, and what do you goddamn know? Yeah, about to break out of your 13.5 cent region. At that point, I'd be looking for a big move towards 15.40, maybe as much as 16.5. Come back to it after that. Jack says Matic Ethereum. Okay. I'm curious, actually, how is it doing versus Ethereum? I imagine okay. I would imagine okay, at least. Actually pretty good. Actually really good on a 4. There's not much history here, but yeah, this is good. I'm bullish on this thing as fuck, as long as it's above 4,000 butyrols in this case. Not bad. Clinton says, I've seen a recent video of Mark Cuban mentioning BCH is heavily used in the Bahamas, branding the island with posters and stickers pretty much. Do you think it might be a sleeper? Bcash is a known shitcoin over a long period of time, sir. The only thing that outdoes it is BSV. Yeah, man, I don't know Mark Cuban's like reasoning for that. But if I'm looking at charts here, look, we've seen a shit ton of good charts today. This is not one of them. This is relatively weak, and this is not relatively shitty. This is a shitty chart. Here's the thing though, and you're nowhere near your 2017 highs. Here's the thing though, is it going to rally if Bitcoin picks itself up as well? Yes, it will. Where do I get excited about this thing? Back above 768. Do I run off of what Mark Cuban said on this? No, this looks like any other altcoin chart that really isn't joining the rest of the party. It's certainly relatively weak. It's not even par for the course, and there's nothing to get excited about as long as you're below your September highs, essentially. Will it have a nice move to the upside? Probably alongside the rest of the market? Probably yes. Is it going to get as much as the rest of the market? Probably not. Is it probably going to do all of that move in a very short amount of time? Probably yes as well, which is going to make it look deceiving because everyone's going to be like, oh my God, it's bullish as fuck. But while it was going sideways as fuck for the last, I mean, not even sideways, but like literally just down for the last few years, everything else was going, multiple X's. So this is just garbage in my opinion. Absolute garbage. And Bcash probably will never do anything of a particular note like in the real world. That's just my personal opinion. But, look. Okay, we have Bitcoin, and then you made a fucking fork of it, and you called it Bitcoin Cash. Could you come up with a more ridiculous and stupid name? Bitcoin Cash. What are we going to have next? Bitcoin bucks, Bitcoin dollars, Bitcoin euros, Bitcoin fucking golds, Bitcoin dollar dildos. It's like, what the hell? It's like, oh, man. It sounds like it just sounds like shit is what it sounds like, man. It literally sounds like B Cash. B Cash. B Cash. Like, for fuck's sake, man. And I understand, probably you're just new to this. You might be new to this realm, I guess. My sort of understanding of Bcash is from back in 2017 and 2018, when there was like a whole war against it between Bitcoin and Bcash, and Bitcoin very clearly won that war, and Bcash has been doing fuck all since, basically. Yes, it's very likely to rally here, but everything kind of gets to rally, and the junk rallies last, and this one is it's mostly junk. And if Mr. Roger Vera is listening right now, it's just an opinion, man. I'm not saying that this is 100% fact, so don't sue me, please. But as far as charts go, not a great chart. I do stand by that. Anyways, Blockchain Barber says, hello there again. Hello, sir. Ren. Oh, Ren. Yeah, we haven't looked at Ren in a while. And this, the other comment below. Yeah, it's all good. I got him. I'm inclined to say that this is actually a bear trap right here, but it's not necessarily confirmed just yet. It's fucking close though, man. Real close. I just want to see it trade above yesterday's high, and that would do it for me. 4-hour closure above about 93 cents would certainly do it for me, and I'd be looking for nice moves up towards your prior range highs at about 103, maybe even as much as 106 region short term, and that would look good. Very bad, however, below about 75 cents. But not the most obvious chart right here. Momentum oscillators are more on the bullish side, so I'm gonna go on that side as well. I know you asked for a weekly. I'm just not really getting too much from a weekly right here. I mean, if this one falls through, this one's going to be really fucking bad. But what do you got going on right here? You got something like this. Oh, Jesus Christ. You got something like this, right? And then where's your uptrend coming in right here? That's a little bit too aggressive. If Bitcoin breaks down, this thing is going to probably come all the way down to like 50 cents, but I do think that Bitcoin's going to give you a shot here, so fair enough. John Ray, in all capitals, says, Krown, you honey badger, take a look at top 10 shitcoin gains over last week. 10 of the 12 are on Bybit with 25x leverage. Thoughts, concerns? Thanks, my G. Caps lock, motherfucker. Sir, I can read your comments, man. And then you actually put in, then thoughts is the only word that is in regular letters, not all capitals. Is there concerns with that? No, man. It's just the shitcoins are rallying right now. Like, it doesn't look. People have made a fucking meme out of a molehill with the goddamn leverages. Look, you need leverage for an efficient market. Just because the top 10 shitcoins out of the past week are rallying because they have leverage available does not mean that it would actually be the opposite. The reason why they could rally that much is probably because they have leverage, because people can take shorts on them, and then those shorts positions can be squeezed. There's a lot of ways to interpret that, but if the question is just thoughts and concerns, no concerns, nothing at all. And to think that a market shouldn't have leverage to begin with is ridiculous. Now, do we need 25x leverage? Fuck no, we need like 2x leverage. That's what we need. But fair enough, that's a different conversation, I guess. Prickly Mouse says, long-time viewer, first-time request. Well, good to meet you, man, and welcome, sir. First of all, thank you, man. Yeah. Jason is a great Aussie right there. Can you please take a look at 4-hour and daily on CGG? We already got that one earlier. It was still pretty damn good. Still waiting, or yeah, just look. Again, I have no reason to invalidate it. This one's still looking pretty damn good here. I actually think that this one's getting ready to push through, maybe even today. Bullish as long as you're above 190, even on the short term right there. Seth Roosevelt says PKR daily and weekly. Okay. What the fuck? Pakistan rupee. Oh, that's you're probably talking about this poker. Or you're talking about the rupee. Bad, whatever it is, but there's not much history here. Yeah, it's been around for a week, sir. Sir, for the love of God, it's been around for a week, and it goes mostly down. I don't have an opinion on this thing. I don't have any useful analysis for you on this, man. I have to say a healthy amount of I don't know is the proper answer. PKR daily, weekly. Sir, it hasn't even been around for a week. Like, what? What? Sorry, man, but there's no chart there. Look, back above not point or 50 cents, probably okay. Do I trust that much? No, I don't really. Super Ghoulie says CWS USD on the 1 and 4. Okay, CWS. Don't think we've done this one. Crowns? It's called Crowns? Cool. Good. Looking forward to retest your prior all-time highs. I'm guessing $19. Yeah, that is 0 prior all-time highs. Yeah, pretty good here. Oh, sorry, no, it's not your all-time highs, but I would be looking for continuation towards your early November highs. Looks good. Bitcoin Bear says, chat is going to get triggered, but can we please look at Hex USD? Sure. Well, okay, we can look at Hex. What is Hex doing? Still mostly nothing. Not great, man. I think it's still going to bounce around here. Might even bounce back up towards low 30-cent region, but I'm massively bearish long term as long as this thing's below 35 cents. Looking for, you know, the next like half year to work its way down to 2 cents probably, with bounces, big bounces probably like 6 cents, and then maybe another one at like 10 cents or so. But short term, it's bouncy if that's what you're looking for. I would invalidate short term bounce with any sort of a daily closure below 15.5 cents and just look for the next like nuke down to 9.5 to 10 cents. But it's probably more likely to bounce here first. Anyways, Sanjin, Mr. Harasek says, morning, sir. Good morning to you. Not a morning person. All good, man. All good, brother. Still love the stream. Thanks, man. Can you look at Tesla daily and weekly? Sure. Whoops. Maybe I can spell properly as well. Tesla, okay, on NAS. And what do we have here? I think you said daily and weekly. You did, yeah. Okay, cool. Weekly, still long-term good. This is just your first consolidation after your mega breakout to new highs. Daily, same thing. I am bullish AF on this thing as long as you are above about 980 on a daily closure. Do I think that you could spend some more time ranging here? Yes, I do. Short term, do you pop back up around those prior range highs? Short term, it actually shown a little bit more downside signals, but I don't think you're worried about that because you're estimated daily and weekly. I'm bullish on this thing as long as you're above 980. Below there, I do call a correction all the way down to 880 or 870 or so. Until then, sideways is good for the Bulas here. Breakout confirmed above 1210 on a daily, and looking for, you know, just doing some mental math here, probably somewhere around 1400, maybe even 1500 on the next move if that condition is met. But I do think that you're a lot more likely to spend some time trading sideways here before that next try to the upside. Hopefully that's helpful, sir. And I think we are literally at the end of the stream now. Holy fucking moly, man. It's been a glorious Thanksgiving day. Elsa's having a good one as well. Bitcoin looks like it might even pull through for a little bit of a bear trap, but still yet to be confirmed. It's a good one. What's up, Gohan's mom? And thank you as well. And there he is, Mr. Crypto African Warlord. A coin won't stop a warlord with an AK-47 from taking your land. Yeah, man, that is concerning. Man, that is so interesting to watch too. I watched his bit with Bitboy, and it's like, oh my lord. Those were some very intense words. Anyways, I'm going to be signing off now, man. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you on this lovely Thanksgiving holiday for the people who are celebrating out there, or if it's just a regular Thursday for you, happy regular Thursday. Still looking at Bitcoin as confirming a bear trap, confirmed above 58,600 on a 4 hour would be the most aggressive way of looking at it, or just a wick higher than your 22nd November wick high would both do it for me. Looking for moves back up to 61 to 61,500 or so. Bitcoin actually looks like it might even give a try right there. Of course, below 51,500 or 55,100, I am looking for big moves down somewhere around about 52 before the next big bounce. Until then, I do still think that Bitcoin's a little more bouncier than not. We even got an ever so slight drive of bullish divergence come off the daily lows right there. So I'm more angles towards the upside right here. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll be signing off now. Again, wishing you well on this nice little Thursday morning over here from a very cold actually, Helsinki, Finland. Take care and see you hopefully very soon.
Write it, code it, name it, tweet it, mine it, stack it, live it, dream it, post it, scan it, charge it, send it, do it, and receive it. Trade it, buy it, sell it, store it, run it, list it, first rename it. Crypto logic. Pump it, hack it, lose it, dump it, sell it, ditch it, fix or pitch it, copy, paste it, nudge it, test it, build it, try it, bend it, fork it, hype it, pump it, dump it, rinse, repeat, but quick relocate. Pause it, list it, send it, burn it, pump it, hack it, quick rename it, take it, take it, lend it, send it, swell it, sell it, click, unclip it, see it, watch it,